Chapter 1566. The change in Elder Sue's expression did not escape the eyes of the crowd. Everyone realized that the situation was not right. "That's right. This is the consciousness pill that I refined," Qin Feng said indifferently. Lu Yunqing walked over in disbelief. "Elder Sue, how could this guy refine the consciousness pill in half an hour? Even I can't do this." Before he could finish his sentence, he forcefully swallowed the second half of it back down his throat. As a Grade 1 Level 7 pill king, Lu Yunqing admitted that he couldn't concoct the knowledge accumulation pill in half an hour. However, when he saw the white knowledge accumulation pill in Elder Sue's hand, he realized that Qin Feng had really concocted the pill. Not only Lu Yunqing, but Elder Feng and Elder Xia also saw the consciousness pill. Their reactions were the same as Lu Yunqing's. They were all shocked. "No way? That guy really refined the consciousness pill in half an hour? If that's really the case, then he's a genius in alchemy. He's not just a genius. Those who participated in the Golden Pill Master Assessment are all geniuses in the Northern Sand Continent. However, can they refine the consciousness pill in half an hour? I think even Elder Sue and the 4 judges would have a hard time, let alone them." The crowd was discussing ferociously. However, because Elder Sue and the other 3 judges blocked their view, they could not see the consciousness pill that Qin Feng refined. Good. There are a total of 4 consciousness pills, and each of them is of high quality. You have passed the Level 3 Level 6 Golden Pill Master Assessment. To be honest, your alchemy level has completely reached that of a Level 4 Level 6 Golden Pill Master. After being shocked for a long time, Elder Sue suddenly spoke. His words made the crowd even more excited. The process of refining the consciousness pill was already complicated. Who would have thought that Qin Feng would successfully refine it in half an hour? He even produced 4 consciousness pills in one cauldron, and all of them were of high quality. Even though they saw this with their own eyes, these people could not accept it. "How is this possible? Quick, let me see." Lu Yunqing was so shocked that he could not care less about his status. He directly snatched the jade bottle from Elder Sue's hand. However, when he looked into the jade bottle, he saw the other 3 consciousness pills. Lu Yunqing poured the 3 consciousness pills into his hand. Instantly, the fragrance of the pills filled the air. A majestic wave of spiritual energy surged out, making people feel like they were bathing in the spring breeze. Really 4? Every single one of them is high grade. How is this possible? Lu Yunqing couldn't help but take a few steps back when he saw the 3 profound consciousness pills. Now that Elder Feng and Elder Xia saw it clearly, they were so shocked that they were speechless. Elder Sue's expression turned cold. He snatched back the jade bottle and the pill and said, "Lu Yunqing, what do you mean by this? Are you questioning my ability to identify pills? Or do you doubt my fairness?" Elder Sue's anger brought Lu Yunqing back to his senses. He said in a trembling voice, "Elder Sue, I didn't mean that. It's just too unbelievable." Elder Sue snorted coldly and did not say anything else. The reason he was so angry was because he was a righteous person. He had been in charge of the Elixir Association's Alchemy Master exams for many years and had always been fair and just. Lu Yunqing's actions made it seem like he was suspecting him of covering up for Qin Feng. At this point, everyone was sure that Qin Feng had really concocted the knowledge accumulation pill. In the next moment, many people thought of another matter. Their gazes all fell on Lu Hui, and they discovered that Lu Hui's expression was very interesting. However, the 4 judges did not know about the bet between Lu Hui and Qin Feng. After Elder Sue calmed himself down, he said to Qin Feng, "Young hero Qin, although you passed the Level 3, Level 6 Golden Elixir Master exam this time, I would like to make an exception for you and give you the status of a Level 4, Level 6 Golden Elixir Master because you already have the ability." Elder Sue's words made everyone envious, but no one objected. Being able to concoct 4 superior grade knowledge accumulation pills in half an hour was already considered a low status for a Level 4, Level 6 Golden Elixir Master. However, apart from Zhuo Xiaoye, no one knew that Qin Feng did not actually concoct 4 knowledge accumulation pills. His cauldron had produced 6 pills, and 2 of them had been taken by Zhuo Xiaoye and Qin Feng. However, Qin Feng and Zhuo Xiaoye would not say this out loud. When everyone's eyes were on Qin Feng, he said as if nothing had happened. I appreciate Elder Su's kindness, but I'm a level 3, level 6 golden elixir master. Let's just follow this standard. Qin Feng rejected Elder Su's suggestion decisively. To him, there was no difference between a level 3, level 6 golden elixir master and a level 4, level 6 golden elixir master. The reason why he was taking the golden elixir master test was so that he could open a pill shop and concoct pills for others. Otherwise, with his current pill concoction skills, he could even take the Pill King test. Everyone was shocked again and again by Qin Feng's actions. No one expected him to reject Elder Su's kind intentions. Fuck! That kid's brain is really not that good. In the northern sand continent, how many pill refiners have taken the test for tens of years and still failed to advance from a level 3, level 6 golden elixir master to a level 4, level 6 golden elixir master? Now that Elder Su is giving him special privileges, he still doesn't want it. This is really an eye-opener for me. Even Elder Su and the other 3 judges did not expect this, much less the disciples who were taking the test. Lu Yunqing had long been unhappy with Qin Feng. Now that he was sure that this kid was acting cool, he angrily shouted at him. Humph! Elder Su is giving you face, and you really think you're someone important? Since your standards are so high, and you don't even care about the level 4, level 6 golden elixir master title, then I'll just consider you eliminated. Qin Feng's face turned cold. He did not show any signs of rejecting Elder Su's kind intentions out of arrogance. Lu Yunqing was obviously looking for trouble. Senior Lu, you've misunderstood young hero Qin. He just wants to maintain his status as a pill refiner. He didn't say that he would be eliminated. Zhuo Xiaoye panicked and quickly spoke up for Qin Feng. Lu Yunqing wanted to say something else, but Elder Su glared at him and said, Shut up. Since young hero Qin wants to follow the rules of the Elixir Association, then we'll do as he says. Young hero Qin, congratulations on obtaining the level 3, level 6 golden elixir master title. May I know which sect you belong to? Elder Su was very interested in Qin Feng. He really wanted to know which sect Qin Feng belonged to. What kind of sect or family could nurture such an outstanding young pill refiner like Qin Feng? Elder Su, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm just a lone cultivator. Qin Feng was very respectful towards Elder Su. He felt that the old man was fair and just. Everyone was stunned again. They looked at Qin Feng as if he was a monster. A lone cultivator? How was that possible? After the conversation, Elder Su learned a lot about Qin Feng. He was even more shocked. He realized that Qin Feng really did not belong to any sect. Moreover, this was his first time in Pill City and participating in the Elixir Association's Alchemist Assessment. However, this young man who was participating in the Alchemist Assessment for the first time had obtained the level 3, level 6 golden elixir master title. The crowd had dispersed, and they arrived at the hall outside. Elder Su and the other 3 wanted to follow them, but there were still many more assessments to go. They had to be patient and sit at the judges' table. However, the moment Qin Feng walked out of the hall, the thousands of people outside burst into an uproar. They're out. They're out. Ha ha. There's going to be a good show. That arrogant brat is going to kowtow to Senior Lu Hui as his master. Let's see if he still dares to act tough in the future. Eh? Why does Alchemist Lu's expression look so bad? It's like someone owes him 5 million high-grade spirit stones. Something's not right. Why are all the disciples surrounding that brat? Even Feng Shi and Senior Summer are talking to him. As the crowd discussed, Qin Feng and the others arrived at the crowd. The disciples waiting in the hall had no idea what was going on in the Pill Refinement Pavilion. Several people from the Treasure Pill Pavilion immediately jumped out. They had received orders from Senior Brother Lu Hui beforehand. As soon as Senior Brother Lu Hui came out, they were to cause trouble for Qin Feng. Hey! Where do you think you're going, brat? Don't forget about the bet with our senior brother Lu Hui. 4 disciples stood in a row and frivolously blocked Qin Feng's way. Zhuo Xia held Qin Feng's arm all the way and looked at the 4 idiots with a cold smile. She didn't stop them at all. Lu Hui walked out at the back of the crowd. He wanted to slip away when no one was paying attention, but now everyone's eyes were on him. Alchemist Lu, hurry up and make that brat kowtow to you. We can't wait any longer. The crowd began to jeer. Many of them wanted to flatter Lu Hui. Lu Hui's gloomy face darkened. She kept giving her 4 junior brothers a meaningful look, wanting them to get out of here. However, how could the 4 of them read Lu Hui's mind? They thought that senior brother Lu couldn't wait any longer and urged them to teach Qin Feng a lesson. Stinking brat, are you deaf or mute? Hurry up and kowtow to our senior brother Lu Hui. The 4 of them glared at Qin Feng ferociously and looked like they were about to attack. The crowd gathered in layers and layers, watching the show with schadenfreude. However, at this moment, Su Baizhen walked over with a cold expression and slapped that treasure pill pavilion disciple. Bastard! How can you speak to young hero Qin like that? Do you know that he just received the Elixir Association's Rank 3 Level 6 Golden Core Master status? Gah! Everyone was dumbfounded when they heard Su Baizhen's words. Rank 3 Level 6 Golden Core Master? What kind of joke was this? However, everyone quickly realized the seriousness of the situation. From Su Baizhen's serious expression, he definitely didn't look like he was joking. Senior Su Baizhen. Is what you said true? The disciple who was slapped didn't have any temper and even showed an expression of reverence. Su Baizhen glared at him, then looked around and said, I never lie. It's up to you whether you believe me or not. Just as he finished speaking, Spirit Elixir Association's Weathered Stone and Immortal Grass factions Summer also stood out. Senior brother Su Baizhen is right. Young hero Qin is now a rank 3 level 6 Golden Core Master recognized by the North Sand Region's Elixir Association. That's right, there's another piece of news that everyone probably doesn't know. Alchemist Lu Hui failed the test not long ago. Explosive news exploded one after another, shocking the crowd to the point that they were all bruised and battered. Chapter 1567. The noisy hall suddenly quieted down and fell into a strange atmosphere. The 4 troublemakers from the Treasure Pill Pavilion felt as if they were struck by lightning. They stood there dumbfounded. You guys mentioned a bet just now, right? Just in time, let your senior brother Lu Hui fulfill his promise. Zhuo Xia smiled at the 4 of them. She had been waiting for a long time. Previously, everyone looked down on Qin Feng, but she was the only one who unswervingly followed him. Now that Qin Feng had turned the tide and changed everyone's opinion, Zhuo Xia snuggled in his arms proudly. This bet started in front of everyone, so let's end it in front of everyone. Feng sure stood up to speak for Qin Feng. What happened next was beyond everyone's imagination. The 60 or so people who came out of the Alchemy Pavilion all stood on Qin Feng's side. Junior brother Lu Hui, let's begin. Xia Kiki looked at him with a smile. Pill Master Lu is a famous pill master in Pill City. He always keeps his word and will not go back on his words. Young hero Qin is a level 3 6th rank Golden Pill Master. His status is 1 rank higher than Pill Master Lu. Pill Master Lu becoming young hero Qin's disciple is only right and proper. Young hero Qin could have been a level 4 6th rank Golden Pill Master, but he rejected it. When they found out that Qin Feng had rejected a higher grade alchemist's offer in the Alchemy Pavilion, the crowd was once again shocked. Even a fool could see the current situation. Qin Feng, who had been looked down upon by everyone, had become a big shot in the Pill Association. As a result, more than half of the thousands of disciples in the hall became fence-sitters and immediately joined Qin Feng's group. Pill Master Lu, kneel! Everyone shouted in unison as if they were shouting a slogan. Lu Hui's face darkened, and he was so angry that his expression was twisted. But there was nothing he could do. He was the one who proposed this bet, and in the end, he dug a hole and buried himself. At this time, a group of people rushed over. Seeing them, Lu Hui greeted them as if he had seen his savior. Master Yunqing, you're finally here. Please save this disciple. The person who came was one of the pill masters of the Treasure Pill Pavilion, Lu Yunqing. He had been targeting Qin Feng in the Alchemy Pavilion. At this moment, he rushed over with his 4 disciples. Many people felt that there would be a good show to watch. Lu Hui had already run to Lu Yunqing's side, but suddenly there was a muffled sound. Lu Hui covered her red and swollen face and said incredulously, Master Yunqing, why did you hit me? Everyone was dumbfounded. That Lu Yunqing immediately gave Lu Hui a big slap. Lu Yunqing was invigilating the exam in the alchemy house when he heard a disciple reporting the situation outside. It was only now that he found out about the bet between Lu Hui and Qin Feng. He was instantly enraged. As for this bet, Lu Yunqing had no way of changing it. This was a rule proposed by Lu Hui herself. If she didn't honor it now, where would the Treasure Pill Pavilion put its face? However, if Lu Hui were to fulfill her promise and kowtow to Qin Feng in public, where would the Treasure Pill Pavilion put its face? Hit you? I'm already being merciful by not crippling you. Lu Yunqing angrily glared at Lu Hui, then looked at the crowd and said, I represent the Treasure Pill Pavilion to announce one thing. From this moment on, Lu Hui is expelled by the Treasure Pill Pavilion. He is no longer a pill master of the Treasure Pill Pavilion. His personal behavior does not represent the image of the Treasure Pill Pavilion. Lu Danqing rushed over in a hurry to drive Lu Hui away. This scene shocked the crowd. Lu Hui was stunned on the spot. After regaining his senses, he screamed, Master Yunqing, how can you drive me away? I'm a 2nd rank 6th rank gold pill master, are you muddle-headed? Lu Yunqing was not muddle-headed at all. He naturally knew the rarity and preciousness of gold pill masters. But the pit Lu Hui dug was too deep. If he didn't chase him out of the Treasure Pill Pavilion now, when he publicly kowtowed to Qin Feng as his master, how would the Treasure Pill Pavilion be able to raise its head in the future? Humph! The evils brought upon themselves are the hardest to bear. Lu Yunqing rolled his eyes at Lu Hui again. Clearly, he didn't want to talk nonsense with him. He actually put on a smile and walked towards Qin Feng. Young hero Qin, I'm one of the main pill masters of the Treasure Pill Pavilion, Lu Yunqing. I heard that young hero Qin became a 3rd rank 6th rank gold pill master at such a young age. I admire you very much. On behalf of the Treasure Pill Pavilion, I would like to invite you to join us. What do you think, young hero Qin? Lu Yunqing's attitude towards Qin Feng underwent a 180-degree change, causing everyone to be dumbfounded. Shuxiaya was confused. But she knew how sinister people could be. She quickly put up her guard. Young hero Qin, I think it's better if you don't join the Treasure Pill Pavilion. Shuxiaya whispered in Qin Feng's ear. Although the Treasure Pill Pavilion was one of the 4 big pill shops in the Northern Sands continent, many people dreamed of joining. But Shuxiaya felt that Lu Yunqing was up to no good. If Qin Feng really joined the Treasure Pill Pavilion, he would definitely be in trouble. Shuxiaya didn't need to say much. Qin Feng could see this clearly. Moreover, he had long disliked Lu Yunqing. This old man had been targeting him in all sorts of ways. Now, he was pretending to be innocent, and was trying to rope him in. Hee. Sorry to disappoint you. I have no intention of joining the Treasure Pill Pavilion. Also, although the Treasure Pill Pavilion wants to expel Lu Hui, he was still a member of the Treasure Pill Pavilion when he made the bet with me. This fact cannot be changed. Crash! The crowd cried out in shock. Not only did Qin Feng reject the Treasure Pill Pavilion's invitation, he even looked like he wanted to become enemies with them. This was hard for everyone to understand. Even if Qin Feng was a level 3 level 6 gold pill master at such a young age, his strength was nothing in the eyes of the Treasure Pill Pavilion. And Qin Feng had always called himself a rogue cultivator. Where did he get the confidence to go against a large pill sect like the Treasure Pill Pavilion? Lu Yunqing was stunned for a long time. Obviously, he didn't expect Qin Feng to be so arrogant. Su Baizhen, Feng Huashi, and Xia Xia also couldn't understand what Qin Feng was thinking. Even they didn't dare to speak disrespectfully in front of elder Lu Yunqing, let alone talk back like Qin Feng. After a long time, Lu Yunqing finally came back to his senses. His smiling face was as cold as frost. Humph. You really don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Tell me, what do I have to do for you to let Lu Hui go? Seeing that Qin Feng refused to join the Treasure Pill Pavilion and that Lu Hui was a member of the Treasure Pill Pavilion, Lu Yunqing immediately changed his mind and began to protect Lu Hui. This time, Lu Yunqing immediately changed his mind and began to protect Lu Hui. It was as if he wasn't the one who wanted to expel Lu Hui from the sect. Lu Hui was like a toy that was being played by others. He was so depressed that he wanted to vomit blood. But he had already realized that he had made a big mistake this time. He lowered his head and stood to the side, not daring to say anything. Qin Feng's mind was racing. Although he was very domineering, he wasn't a fool. Now that he was in Pill City, this was one of the Treasure Pill Pavilion's territories. If he really wanted to force Lu Hui to kowtow and acknowledge him as her master, he believed that Lu Yunqing wouldn't be able to stop him. But if that happened, it would be very difficult for Qin Feng to leave Pill City. And even if Lu Hui kowtowed and acknowledged him as her master, Qin Feng wouldn't get any benefits. I can pretend that the bet never happened, but the Treasure Pill Pavilion must promise me one thing. After thinking for a while, Qin Feng spoke. Lu Yunqing's face was cold. If they weren't in the Pill Gathering Hall, he would have killed Qin Feng with a slap. In his eyes, Qin Feng was just a 4th-level Saint King Ant. How dare he ask the Treasure Pill Pavilion to do something for him? Speak! Lu Yunqing clenched his teeth. Qin Feng acted as if he didn't see Lu Yunqing's ruthlessness. He said calmly, "In the future, the Treasure Pill Pavilion is not allowed to appear in Luoyang City." Qin Feng's words were concise and to the point. But everyone was confused. Luoyang City was just a small city in the northern Sand region. Not many of the thousands of people in the hall had heard of it. Lu Yunqing was also pondering. Was Luoyang City one of the top 10 cities in the northern Sand region? Or was it a city near the top 10 Saint territories? But no matter how he thought about it, it didn't seem to be the case. What kind of place is Luoyang City? Lu Yunqing didn't agree immediately. He wanted to understand the situation first. Qin Feng said indifferently, "It's a very small place. That's why you haven't heard of it. I opened a medicine shop in Luoyang City. And there is a branch of the Treasure Pill Pavilion there. Do you understand now?" Lu Yunqing did understand. Qin Feng wanted the branch of the Treasure Pill Pavilion to leave so that they wouldn't steal his business. Lu Yunqing wanted to laugh out loud. He realized that Qin Feng was still too young. His horizons were too narrow. A mere Luoyang City was nothing to him. A branch there was even less worth mentioning. Fine. I agree. After Lu Yunqing understood the situation, he agreed without hesitation. Qin Feng sneered. He naturally knew what Lu Yunqing was thinking. And the reason why Qin Feng mentioned opening a medicine shop in Luoyang City was to confuse the disciples present. Because Qin Feng displayed the purple flame in the pill refining pavilion not long ago, he knew that if he walked out of the pill gathering hall, he would definitely be pursued by countless sects. Both sides reached an agreement. Lu Yunqing had already left with Lu Hui. Many disciples gathered around Qin Feng to flatter him. This was a golden pill master in his early 20s. If he continued to develop like this, it was very likely that he would become an elixir king at the age of 30. A 30-year-old elixir king? Such a person had never appeared in the entire northern Sand region. Young hero Qin, I represent the Square Tower to invite you to be our guest. I wonder if young hero Qin has the time? Su Baizhen cupped his hands and said. Since he was willing to lower himself to curry favor with Qin Feng, the others did not feel the slightest burden. Young hero Qin, our Elixir Society is willing to become friends with you. Immortal Grass Sect welcomes young hero Qin. I was wrong earlier. I hope young hero Qin can forgive me. I, Wanli, represent the 10,000 Tree Sect to invite young hero Qin to be our guest to make up for our previous disrespect. Those who had looked down on Qin Feng earlier were now all apologizing. There were even a few disciples who had scolded Qin Feng too harshly earlier. They were so scared that they secretly ran away, not even wanting to participate in the pill refiner assessment. Seeing that Qin Feng had become the center of attention, Zhuo Xiaoya was both excited and worried. As a woman who had experienced many vicissitudes of life, she had always been a good judge of character. She could tell that these people did not sincerely invite Qin Feng. It was as if they were hiding some ulterior motives. Bookmark for easier reading. Chapter 1568. Qin Feng did not accept any of their invitations. He had already dragged Zhuo Xiaoya to a corner of the hall to rest. Young hero Qin, those people don't seem to have good intentions. Zhuo Xiaoya hurriedly reminded Qin Feng when she saw that there were fewer people. Qin Feng smiled. Don't worry, big sister you. I already knew that those people were here for my purple flame. If I go back with them, I'll be swallowed whole. Zhuo Xiaoya's expression changed drastically. She said anxiously. Ah? Then what should we do? Let's leave this place quickly. Qin Feng hugged Zhuo Xiaoya's shoulders and patted her comfortingly. Big sister you, don't be anxious. If we leave the Elixir Association now, we'll be captured immediately. On the other hand, these people don't dare to make a move in the Elixir Association. After some analysis, Zhuo Xiaoya suddenly understood. She glanced at Qin Feng. She did not expect Qin Feng to be more intelligent than her at such a young age. Just as Qin Feng had guessed, the thousands of people in the hall were secretly watching his every move. Qin Feng hugged Zhuo Xiaoya and rested on the stone chair as if nothing had happened. Time ticked by. The alchemist assessment was coming to an end. However, the disciples who had finished the assessment had no intention of leaving. They gathered in the hall and pretended to chat. At this moment, the last batch of disciples who had finished the assessment walked out of the Elixir Pavilion. Elder Su and the other 3 assessment judges also came out. When Elder Su came out, his expression changed slightly. He only needed to glance at the crowd that had not left to guess what had happened. Wherever Elder Su went, the crowd would immediately open up a golden path for him. His footsteps were steady, and he finally stopped in front of Qin Feng. Young hero Qin, you haven't left yet. On behalf of the Square Tower, I invite you and your wife to be our guests. Do you have time, young hero Qin? The crowd exclaimed. They did not expect a great senior like Elder Su to take the initiative to invite Qin Feng. Qin Feng had been waiting for Elder Su. He could tell that this old man was full of righteousness. Even though he had seen his purple flame in the alchemy pavilion, he had only been shocked and surprised. His eyes did not have the greedy gleam that other people had. Elder Su, you're too serious. This junior has been waiting for you here. Elder Su nodded, and his admiration for Qin Feng grew. Qin Feng was only in his early 20s, but he was very shrewd. He understood the situation and knew how to break out of it. He was a rare genius. Under Elder Su's lead, the 2 of them left the Elixir Association. The group immediately followed him out of the door, but no one dared to follow him. Doing so would be challenging the authority of Elder Su and the Square Tower. 10 minutes later, the 3 of them came to a majestic-looking 3-story building. This was one of the pill shops of the Square Tower in Pill City. As for why Elder Su didn't go straight to the main pill store of the Square Tower, Qin Feng was a little puzzled. As they sat in a small tea room on the 3rd floor, Elder Su didn't beat around the bush and got straight to the point. Qin Feng, your pill refining skills have truly amazed me. Those 4 consciousness accumulation pills are all high-grade pills, and they can be produced in half an hour. Even I admit that I can't do that. In the path of alchemy, it is difficult to achieve great things just by relying on one's own comprehension. For you to be able to reach this level at such a young age, you must have had the guidance of a famous teacher, right? Why don't you tell me? Maybe I know him. Elder Su had asked Qin Feng about it in the Elixir Association's pill refining pavilion. At that time, Qin Feng had said that he didn't have a master to guide him. Clearly, Elder Su didn't believe him. However, Qin Feng really didn't have a master to guide him. Elder Su, I won't hide it from you. I am a self-taught person. Elder Su was stunned and looked at Qin Feng in surprise. He thought to himself, since Qin Feng came back with me, why lie? However, Elder Su's expression quickly changed. He realized another possibility. Could it be that Qin Feng really didn't have a master to guide him? If that's the case, are you willing to be my disciple? Elder Su's eyes suddenly burned with passion. Qin Feng's pill refining skills and talent far surpassed that of his beloved disciple, Su Baizhen. This time, it was Qin Feng's turn to be stunned. He didn't expect Elder Su to bring up this matter. Zhuo Xiaoya was so shocked that she jumped up. That was Elder Su, one of the main alchemy masters of the Square Tower. He was famous throughout the Northern Sand region. If Qin Feng could become his disciple, he would have half a foot in the martial arts circle of the Northern Sand region. Young hero Qin, Elder Su is an upright person and is respected by many of us juniors. Why don't you take him as your master? Zhuo Xiaoya immediately tried to persuade Qin Feng. Not long ago, Lu Yunqing from the Treasure Pill Tower had tried to recruit him, but he had rejected him. Zhuo Xiaoya was afraid that Qin Feng would reject Elder Su as well. Qin Feng had rejected Lu Yunqing because he didn't like the Treasure Pill Tower or Lu Yunqing. However, Qin Feng had high hopes for Elder Su's character. Even so, he was only seeking protection from Elder Su. As for their pill refining skills, Qin Feng felt that he was on par with Elder Su. Elder Su, I think your suggestion is not bad. But what do you need me to do? Qin Feng didn't agree immediately. He still didn't know the real reason why Elder Su had called him here. It couldn't be as simple as taking him as a disciple, right? Could it be that this old man wasn't interested in the purple flame at all? Elder Su could tell what Qin Feng was thinking. He laughed. Ha ha! Since you're willing to take me as your master, there's no need for formalities. Are you worried that I'll spy on your purple flame? Don't worry about it. However, I have to say something about you. The purple serene flame is ranked 5th on the divine continent. You're simply looking for trouble by using it in the pill gatherings assessment. Qin Feng listened attentively to Elder Su's lecture. He didn't know how powerful the purple flame was. Otherwise, he wouldn't have displayed such a heaven-defying heavenly flame. However, Qin Feng was surprised to see that Elder Su wasn't interested in the purple flame. It was a heavenly flame that alchemists yearned for. Master, what should I do now? Qin Feng changed the way he addressed Elder Su. Elder Su nodded his head in satisfaction. He didn't look as worried as before. Although you displayed the purple flame in the Elixir Refining Pavilion, there weren't many people participating in the assessment. None of them dared to go against the Square Tower, at least not on the surface. Qin Feng was surprised. Master, won't those people leak the information about the purple flame? Zhuo Xiaoya was also confused. She had the same thought as Qin Feng. Elder Su stroked his beard and smiled. You don't have to worry about that. Those people won't leak the information. The value of the purple flame is beyond your imagination. The entire divine continent will be shaken if news of it gets out. On the other hand, if those disciples were to be exposed, it would definitely draw a calamity upon them. Moreover, it's not easy to obtain the purple flame. The disciples who witnessed the purple flame in the Elixir Refining Pavilion are too weak. They'd rather not know about it. Qin Feng and Zhuo Xiaoya understood after Elder Su's explanation. The purple flame could be compared to a resource-rich ancient martial relic. Those who knew about the ancient martial relic would definitely not leak the information to others. Otherwise, they would be in danger. Moreover, there were too many people who knew about the ancient martial relic. Those who knew about the ancient martial relic would definitely back out. Therefore, the only people who dared to spy on Qin Feng's purple flame were the disciples from the big sections. Qin Feng first thought of the other 3 elixir workshops. They were all 5-star sects with great strength. Naturally, they would not let go of the opportunity to fight for the purple flame. As for the 4-star sects like the Myriad Strains sect, Flower Valley, and the Saint Panacea sect, they might do something behind the scenes. However, Qin Feng was no longer worried. He understood why Elder Su called him here. It was to intimidate those people. "Thank you for your kind intentions, Master." Qin Feng cupped his hands and said. Elder Su nodded with a smile. He admired Qin Feng's intelligence. "Since I've accepted you as my disciple, I won't let you fall into the abyss of suffering. How about this? Since you're here, just treat it as if you've given me the purple flame." Qin Feng and Zhuo Xiaoya were shocked. They did not expect Elder Su to be so generous. "Master, won't I be dragging you down?" Qin Feng quickly refused. Elder Su waved his hand carelessly. "It will be troublesome, but it's not to the extent of dragging you down. If I'm the one who obtained the purple flame, I believe many people will give up on the idea of fighting for it." Under Elder Su's insistence, Qin Feng had no choice but to agree. The purple flame was still with Qin Feng. However, Elder Su would spread the news that the purple flame had fallen into his hands. After avoiding the topic of the purple flame, Elder Su changed the topic to Qin Feng. The more he knew about Qin Feng, the more he liked this disciple. He even liked him more than he liked Su Baizhen. "Elder Su, there's something I have to mention. I might be going to Luoyang City soon, and I won't be staying in Square Tower anymore. I have many wives and friends that I need to protect. I have to keep looking for opportunities to break through." Qin Feng got down to business at the end of the conversation. Zhuo Xiaoya's eyes suddenly dimmed. She realized that Qin Feng was going to leave again. Elder Su's expression changed. He did not expect Qin Feng to leave Square Tower. This meant that he was going to leave Square Tower. "Qin Feng, you have to think this through. This is a special time. If you leave Pill City, Square Tower will not be able to protect you." Elder Su analyzed the severity of the situation. Of course, Qin Feng knew this. However, he had to leave Pill City. Not only did he know that Li Shanshan had entered the Divine Mainland, but he also needed to go back to Luoyang City to deal with the relocation of Saint Medic Hall. Not long ago, Qin Feng had mentioned Luoyang City in front of everyone at the Elixir Association Hall. He believed that many cultivators would be heading there by now. Actually, Qin Feng had mentioned Luoyang City on purpose because he wanted to leave that place. That place was too small, and there was a branch of precious Elixir Tower there. Qin Feng's identity would be exposed sooner or later. When they parted, Elder Su sent him off reluctantly. Seeing that Qin Feng had made up his mind, he did not force him to stay. Elder Su gave Qin Feng many elixirs. They were all grade 7 imperial pills. Zhuo Xiaoya's eyes lit up when she saw them. Qin Feng did not beat around the bush, and kept all the elixirs. He did not have any treasures that could repay Elder Su's kindness. However, he would remember this favor and repay it tenfold in the future. Bookmark for easier reading. Chapter 1569. 3 days later, Qin Feng stepped into Luo City. He heaved a sigh of relief when he saw the familiar streets and buildings in front of him. However, he had just returned from the flourishing Pill City. Looking at the bustling crowds on the streets of Luoyang City, Qin Feng felt that it was much more deserted. "What do you want? You come to Saint Medic every day. Do you think we're easy to bully?" Qin Feng heard Lu Jie's angry roar as soon as he arrived at the entrance of Saint Medic. A large group of people stood outside the entrance of Saint Medic, all dressed in the uniform of the Bien family. Not only were there members of the Bien family standing outside, but there were also 2 rows of Bien family disciples inside. At the front of the crowd, Bien Xionghu stared coldly at Lu Jie and the others. Beside Bien Xionghu stood the old butler Bien Wishing and Bien Kun in a wheelchair. Lu Jie and the others were nervous because none of them was a match for Bien Xionghu. Bien Xionghu was a 7th level Saint King, and the ones with the highest cultivation in the Saint Medic Hall were Zhao Lingxian, Su Ruoro, Zhou Tian, and a few other miscellaneous disciples from the Hunyuan sect. However, these people were only at the 6th stage Immortal Qi, which was far from being a Saint King. Damn fatty, you think you're qualified to talk to me? Called Qin Fan out. Wasn't Xing very arrogant a few days ago? Is she a coward now? Bian Xionghu stared coldly at Lu Jie. Saint Medic had been normal since Qin Fan left, but Bian Xionghu brought people to cause trouble every day, but Family Master Ma and Family Master Qi didn't come to help. Just standing in front of Bian Xionghu made everyone feel pressured. Lu Jie's legs trembled uncontrollably, but he pretended to be calm and shouted, "Our boss has gone out to deal with something. Otherwise, he wouldn't have let you mess around here. I advise you to leave quickly, or I'll call Family Master Ma and Family Master Qi over to uphold justice." Lu Jie had no choice but to use Ma Xinkong and Qi Tsang's names to suppress Bian Xionghu. Unexpectedly, this time, Bian Xionghu wasn't worried at all. He even laughed. Haha, the Sacred Medicine Hall's news is too sealed. Ma Xinkong and Qi Tsang, those two old fellows, are currently in closed-door cultivation. Lu Jie and the others tensed up and became even more worried. No wonder Bian Xionghu was so fearless today. It turned out that he had already inquired about the situation. Actually, there was one more thing that Bian Xionghu didn't mention. He received news that a little elder of Dan Treasure House's headquarters would be rushing over from Dan City today. As for the purpose of coming to Luo City, it was still unclear. It was precisely because of the arrival of this little elder from the headquarters that Bian Xionghu became so powerful. He even hoped that Ma Xinkong and Qi Tsang would come out of their closed-door training today. At that time, when the little elder came, he would see if these two old farts would still dare to be arrogant. Lu Jie and the others did not know about this. Bian Xionghu alone was enough to put them in a terrible position. Seeing that there was no movement from the Sacred Medic Hall, Bian Xionghu grew impatient and suddenly roared. Humph! Time is precious. I don't have time to waste with you here. I'll give you one last minute. If Qin Feng's apricot seed doesn't appear, I'll bring my men and smash the Saint Medic Hall. Bian Xionghu was so arrogant that Lu Jie and the others gritted their teeth in anger. However, no one dared to act rashly. No matter how angry they were, they maintained their last shred of rationality. This time, Bian Xionghu had mobilized almost all of the Bian family's elite disciples. If this battle really broke out, the Saint Medic Hall would die a terrible death. Big Sister Ying, what do we do now? Everyone was extremely anxious. At this critical moment, they all looked at Han Ying. It was clear that this woman had already established an image of a big sister in everyone's hearts. Han Ying's long, shapely eyebrows furrowed. Even she could not deal with this urgent situation. She thought about using the Heroes Alliance's communication function to inform Qin Feng. However, she didn't know how far away Qin Feng was, and he wouldn't be able to return in a short time. One room has arrived. It looks like the Saint Medic Hall is going to disappear from Luoyang City today. Bian Xionghu suddenly revealed a cold smile. Lu Jie and the others' mood fell to the bottom. However, they did not retreat. They immediately stood in a straight line and formed a human wall in front of the Bian family. However, Bian Xionghu did not care about this small formation at all. The playful smile on his face deepened. Just as he was about to attack, a chaotic noise came from outside the door. Who is your apricot seed? The Bian family has reserved this place. No one is allowed to enter. There were also the shouts of the disciples. However, the shout was interrupted halfway, and the loud noise that followed was frightening. Bang, bang, bang. The sounds rose and fell. The people standing in the room even felt the ground beneath their feet shaking slightly. Bian Xionghu's face turned cold, and he immediately ran out. His speed was extremely fast, and in the blink of an eye, he was standing in the open space outside. The disciples of the Bian family and the people from the Saint Panacea followed them out. As soon as they arrived outside, everyone was stunned by the scene in front of them. It was as if a war had broken out at the entrance. It was a mess. The dozen elite disciples of the Bian family who were guarding the door were now lying on the ground. On the other side of the crowd, a man and a woman stood in the wind. Their auras were extremely powerful, and most of the disciples present could not understand them. The one with the surname Qin, you dare to injure my Bian clan's disciple. Bian Xionghu came back to his senses. The smile on his face had long disappeared and was now as cold as frost. These two people were Qin Feng and Zhuo Xiaoya. Originally, Zhuo Xiaoya was in a good mood. She didn't think that Qin Feng would bring her back to Luoyang City. However, when she arrived at Luoyang City, she saw the sacred medicine hall being bullied. This made her very angry. How can you speak to young hero Qin like that? If you don't leave now, don't blame me for being impolite. Zhuo Xiaoya had been in Jianghu for many years. She was not a pushover. She knew that the divine supreme continent was a world where the strong preyed on the weak. If you were not fierce, you would always be bullied. The crowd was dumbfounded when they heard her words. Lu Jie and the others did not know Zhuo Xiaoya, but they quickly realized that Qin Feng had gone out and brought back another woman. Bitch who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Let this old man teach you a lesson. Before Bian Xionghu could get angry, the old butler, Bian Wishing, had already come over with his palm. This old man was also a pervert. Not only did he stand up for the Bian family's patriarch, but he also fancied Zhuo Xiaoya's hot body. He wanted to take the opportunity to touch her during the fight. Although his idea was good, he was obviously not strong enough. When his palm landed in front of Zhuo Xiaoya's chest, Zhuo Xiaoya's face turned cold. She did not hesitate to counterattack. Rumble! The two palms collided in the air. Two violent auras exploded in the air. Zhuo Xiaoya stood still in the same place, but Bian Wishing was sent flying like a kite with a broken string. He spat out a few mouthfuls of blood in the air and finally landed at Bian Xionghu's feet. The crowd suddenly fell silent. A strange aura floated in the air. Bian Xionghu's eyes almost fell to the ground. Bian Wishing was the old butler of the Bian family. He had already stepped into the third stage of the Saint King realm, and showed signs of breaking through to the fourth stage of the Saint King realm at any time. But such an expert could not withstand the power of that woman's palm. Where did that woman come from? When did Luo City have such a strong woman? Not only the Bian family was dumbfounded, but the people of Saint Medic were also in disbelief. Qin Feng had only left Luo City for a month, but he had brought back such a strong woman. Judging from Zhuo Xiaoya's attitude toward Qin Feng, she was simply a servant. After a while, Bian Xionghu came to his senses and roared in anger. Qin Feng, you came back at the right time. Today, I will destroy your Saint Medic with my own hands. Rumble! As soon as he finished speaking, he slammed his palm toward Qin Feng. Zhuo Xiaoya wanted to go up against him, but when she felt the power of Bian Xionghu's palm, her expression changed and she dodged to the side. Rumble! A loud sound exploded on the ground. Qin Feng and Zhuo Xiaoya had just landed in the safe zone when a huge crack appeared on the flat ground where they had been standing. Young hero Qin, this person is not easy to deal with. Zhuo Xiaoya's expression was extremely grave. She did not expect there to be such an expert in Luo City. Qin Feng's expression turned cold. This old man is a 7th stage Saint King. Be careful. Qin Feng and Zhuo Xiaoya were both 4th stage Saint Kings. In front of Bian Xionghu, Zhuo Xiaoya had no chance of winning. Qin Feng had a way to kill Bian Xionghu, but it would definitely be a battle of life and death. Seeing that his palm had hit nothing, Bian Xionghu's expression changed. He stared fixedly at Qin Feng, as if he wanted to see through Qin Feng. You actually broke through to the 4th stage Saint King realm? How is that possible? Bian Xionghu was not in a hurry to attack. He was stunned by Qin Feng's rocket-like speed. He remembered that when Qin Feng first came to Luo City, he was still an ant in the Immortal Qi stage. However, in just 2 months, he broke through to the 3rd stage Saint King realm in one fell swoop. This time, he left Luo City for less than a month, and when he came back, he actually broke through to the 4th stage Saint King realm. When Bian Xionghu announced Qin Feng's current realm, the crowd screamed in surprise. Whether it was the Bian family's disciples or the people from the Saint Medic Hall, they were all stunned by Qin Feng's rapid breakthrough speed. However, Bian Xionghu was only stunned for a short while. When he regained his senses, he looked at Qin Feng coldly. In the past, he did not take an ant like Qin Feng seriously, but now, he was treating him as his greatest enemy. Bian Xionghu's eyes were filled with killing intent. With Qin Feng's breakthrough speed, if he did not kill him soon, he would become the biggest threat in the future. Qin Feng Xian, although you are very talented in cultivation, it's a pity that you are blind and offended the Bian family. From today onwards, your name will no longer appear in the divine continent. Bian Xionghu's aura skyrocketed. Everyone could see that he had developed a killing intent towards Qin Feng. Zhuo Xiaoya frowned, but she did not hesitate to block in front of Qin Feng. Qin Feng, on the other hand, was quickly thinking of a countermeasure. Since he could not avoid Bian Xionghu, he might as well fight him to the death. Bian Xionghu, what are you doing? Just as both sides were about to attack, a slightly old voice sounded. Everyone looked at the voice curiously. It was an old man in black robes in his early 50s, but no one knew who he was. When Bian Xionghu saw the person, he was so scared that he did not even want to fight. He immediately put on a smile and ran up to the old man. Remember the website. Sandwich Chinese Network. Chapter 1570. Elder Lu Zhibing, you're finally here! Bian Xionghu's face was beaming with joy. No one would have thought that just a few seconds ago. He was brimming with killing intent. The Bian family members were all dumbfounded by this scene, and were all trying to guess the identity of the newcomer. Lu Zhibing stood with his hands clasped behind his back with an arrogant attitude. Even in the face of Bian Xionghu, he only nodded and didn't even look at Bian Xionghu. I received orders from the headquarters to personally come to Luoyang City to take care of things here. Lu Zhibing's voice was indifferent, not giving any face to Bian Xionghu. Not to mention giving face, he wanted nothing more than to give Bian Xionghu a good beating. Because this time, Lu Zhibing's orders were to close down the Luoyang City branch, and he couldn't be bothered to come to a small place like Luoyang City. Bian Xionghu didn't know about this. Ever since he obtained the qualifications to open a branch in Luoyang City, he hadn't seen anyone from the headquarters come to visit. But today, a young elder suddenly came. Bian Xionghu even guessed that the headquarters had taken a fancy to Luoyang City and wanted to vigorously develop his branch. What's going on? Lu Zhibing looked around indifferently. Seeing nearly 100 people gathered here, he was even more displeased. Although Lu Zhibing's attitude was arrogant, no one dared to stand out to express their dissatisfaction. Even Bian Xionghu acted like a little brother to curry favor with him. It was clear that this Lu Zhibing's identity wasn't simple. Hee hee! Elder Lu, you've come at the right time. A Saint Panacea opened in Luoyang City and they're stealing business from our treasure pill tower. Today, I've specially brought people here to chase them away. Bian Xionghu had a strange smile on his face. He believed that since Lu Zhibing was here, Qin Feng and his Saint Panacea would definitely be finished. Because there were too many people gathered here, Lu Zhibing didn't see Qin Feng or the signboard of the Saint Panacea. Hearing Bian Xionghu mention it, his expression changed drastically. Bastard, who asked you to deal with the Saint Panacea? I think you're just looking for trouble. Lu Zhibing suddenly lashed out angrily, causing Bian Xionghu to be dumbfounded. As a young elder from the Pill City headquarters, Lu Zhibing naturally knew about the alchemist assessment that was held in the Pill City a few days ago. The hot topic of this year's alchemist assessment wasn't the representative disciples of the 4 big pill shops, but it was snatched away by an inconspicuous young man. And that young man was Qin Feng. Bian Xionghu didn't know anything about the Elixir Association. He looked at Lu Zhibing with a silly expression and said, Elder Lu, what's wrong with you? The Holy Medicine Hall has recently stolen more than half of our treasure pill pavilion's business. Isn't Elder Lu going to teach them a lesson? Bian Xionghu was a little angry. He opened this treasure pill pavilion branch in Luo City, and every year, he had to pay 100,000 high-grade spirit stones to the treasure pill pavilion headquarters as protection fee. But now, someone was bullying him, and the little elder from Treasure Pill House's headquarters didn't even care about it. Teach your grandpa a lesson. Lu Zhibing was instantly enraged. He glared at Bian Xionghu and yelled, "Look carefully, this young hero Qin just obtained the status of a Tier 3 6th Tier Golden Pill Master in Pill City's Elixir Association 3 days ago. Now, he has been accepted as the disciple of the North Sand Continent's #1 pill shop, Square Tower's Master Pill Master, Elder Su." Everyone was stunned by his words. Although many people didn't know Elder Su's name, as disciples of the North Sand Continent, who hadn't heard of the Square Tower? And Qin Feng was actually from the Square Tower. This identity was too shocking. After a while, someone realized something else. Qin Feng obtained the status of a Tier 3 6th Tier Golden Pill Master not long ago. One had to know that there weren't many Golden Pill Masters in the entire North Sand Continent, and Qin Feng was so young. "Elder Lu, you're not joking with me, right? This young man is a Tier 6 Golden Pill Master? Even the Treasure Pill Pavilion branch I opened in Luo City doesn't have a Golden Pill Master." Bian Xionghu couldn't accept this fact. He had hoped that Lu Jibing would be able to suppress Ma Xingkong and Qi Tsang. That way, he would be able to destroy the sacred medic hall. At this moment, he suddenly realized that Qin Feng's status was much higher than Ma Xingkong and Qi Tsang. Bastard. As a high-ranked pill master of the Treasure Pill Pavilion, do I need to joke with someone like you? The reason why I came here this time is to represent the Treasure Pill Pavilion in your Luo City branch. Lu Jibing couldn't be bothered to talk nonsense with Bian Xionghu. He was afraid that if he said too much, it would cause Qin Feng to be dissatisfied. Actually, Lu Jibing's status in the Treasure Pill Pavilion was one level lower than Lu Yunqing's, so he didn't have the qualifications to be Qin Feng's representative on the day of the Elixir Gatherings assessment. He also didn't know about Qin Feng's purple flame. Otherwise, he would have tried to snatch Qin Feng's heavenly flame the moment he saw him. Shocking news emerged one after another, and Bian Xionghu almost fell to the ground in fright. He had been running this Luo City branch for 5 years, and the business was just starting to get on the right track. He didn't expect that an elder of the Treasure Pill Pavilion headquarters would come and give him the qualification to open a branch at this time. Bian Xionghu forgot about his conflict with Qin Feng, and hurriedly asked, "Elder Lu, why did you give me this branch in Luo City? I have paid the opening fee on time every year." Lu Jibing was also very puzzled. How could a mere Luo City branch attract the headquarters' attention? They even specially ordered a junior elder to come here and personally seal the branch. But Lu Jibing didn't think too much about it. This was an order from Elder Lu Yunqing himself, so he just had to do it. Cut the crap. I have already passed the order to you. You have 1 day to close the shop, and no Treasure Pill Pavilion is allowed to appear in Luo City in the future. Otherwise, you will have to bear the consequences. Lu Jibing's tone left no room for negotiation. The Bian family members were dumbfounded. They felt like they were in a dream. Bian Kuan, who was sitting in a wheelchair, gritted his teeth. Ever since his legs were broken by Qin Feng, he had been cooped up at home. Today, he finally came out to see how Qin Feng and the Saint Medic Hall were destroyed. But in the end, things turned out to be like this. Where did this idiot come from? This is Luo City, our Bian family's territory. Why do we have to waste our breath on him? If he dares to talk nonsense again, just give him a beating. Bian Kun had been spoiled since childhood and had developed a condescending temper. Lu Jibing's old face suddenly turned cold. He glared at Bian Kun and shouted, "Broken apricot, who are you calling an idiot?" Bian Xionghu broke out in cold sweat, but before he could stop his son, Bian Kun continued to shout, "Smelly old man, how dare you glare at this young master? Do you believe I won't call someone to kill you?" Rumble! As soon as the shout fell, a loud explosion sounded. Lu Jibing was a senior alchemist and junior elder of the Treasure Pill Pavilion headquarters. Even Saint King Realm Masters had to respect him. Now that he was threatened by Bian Kun, an immortal Qi boundary brat, he was infuriated. Lu Jibing's simple palm fell, but it caused a huge movement. Bian Kun, who was sitting in a wheelchair a moment ago, disappeared. The ground was splattered with blood and flesh, as well as the broken wheelchair. The surroundings suddenly fell silent, and the air seemed to freeze. The Bien family disciples stared wide-eyed, completely scared silly by this scene. Bien Xionghu stared blankly at his disappearing son for a long time before he recovered. Lu Jibing, you dare kill my son? Father will fight you to the death. Bien Xionghu seemed to have transformed into a different person, pouncing forward like a mad beast. His aura soared and a loud crackling sound rang out from his body. In the blink of an eye, his huge iron fist had already descended. Rumble! The air in front of him trembled, and the blue bricks on the ground shattered one after another. However, Lu Jibing had already jumped away and landed lightly on the ground, glaring coldly at Bien Xionghu as he shouted, "You dare attack me? I think you're tired of living." Bien Xionghu was in the throes of losing his son, so how could he still have a trace of rationality? He didn't care whether Lu Jibing was the junior elder of the Treasure Pill Pavilion headquarters or not. "Not only will I attack you, I'll kill you with my own hands." Rumble. The movement caused by this punch was even more intense. It was obvious that Bien Xionghu was not holding back and was using his full strength. The crowd of onlookers retreated again and again, their faces filled with shock. Even Qin Feng and Zhuo Xiaoye frowned. They were prepared to fight Bien Xionghu head-on, but now that they saw the aura this person released, they couldn't help feeling some lingering fear. This guy was really too fierce. The open space outside the St. Panacea Hall suddenly became a battlefield. This was a battle between venerable 7th Realm martial kings, and no one dared to stay inside except for Lu Jibing. However, Lu Jibing's expression was indifferent, and he didn't care about Bien Xionghu's fierce fists at all, but he actually dodged all of them with a few sidesteps. Bang bang bang! Bien Xionghu's expression changed as another set of fast fists failed to hit anything. He calmed down a little and finally realized how powerful Lu Jibing was. This old man's aura was so strong and steady that he couldn't even see through it. Humph! A mere 7th Realm Holy King dares to behave atrociously in front of this old man. I think you're courting death. Lu Jibing, who had been retreating all the way, suddenly stopped and met Bien Xionghu's fierce fists with a palm. Lu Jibing's palm was thin, and the movement of his palm looked slow and soft, like an old man practicing Tai Chi in the square early in the morning. Rumble! However, when the fist and the palm collided, an earth-shattering sound exploded on the ground. Everyone stood several hundred meters away, but they still felt the ground shake violently a few times. When they looked at the battle again, Lu Jibing, dressed in a black robe, stood in the center of the arena with his hands behind his back. However, Bien Xionghu was nowhere to be seen. After half a minute, a disciple of the Bien family exclaimed, "Ah, Patriarch Bien has been sent flying. He's on that big tree." Swoosh! In an instant, dozens of pairs of eyes immediately looked in the direction the man was pointing. At the top of a big tree more than 200 meters away from the sacred medic hall, Bien Xionghu's collar was hanging on a branch, swaying in the wind like a hanged ghost. Everyone sucked in a cold breath and looked at Lu Jibing in disbelief. Bien Xionghu was a 7th Realm Holy King, but he was defeated with one palm. What realm was this old man in? Qin Feng also couldn't see through Lu Jibing's realm, so he walked up to him and said, "Alchemist Lu, nice to meet you." Lu Jibing still didn't know that Qin Feng had offended Lu Yunqing. He only heard that Qin Feng had obtained the status of a level 3 6th Realm Golden Pill Master. Lu Jibing himself was only a level 7 6th Realm Golden Pill Master. Although he was slightly higher than Qin Feng, he wouldn't put on airs with Qin Feng because of this. Because Qin Feng was only in his early 20s. Remember website. Sandwich Chinese Network. Chapter 1571. Haha! Young hero Qin, you're too kind. We're both level 6 Golden Core Masters. We can communicate more in the future. Lu Jibing chuckled as he looked at Qin Feng, as if they were good friends who had known each other for many years. The crowd was completely dumbfounded. No one would have thought that the little elder from Treasure Elixir Tower would know Qin Feng. Young hero Qin, please wait for a moment. I'll go and kill that Bien bastard. Without Qin Feng saying anything, Lu Jibing leaped and appeared in midair in the distance. When the crowd came to their senses, Bien Xionghu, a level 7 holy king, was dead. Patriarch Bien. The Bien family's disciples were terrified. Now that Bien Xionghu was dead, the Bien family would definitely be annihilated. The old butler Bien Wishing screamed. Before he could finish, Qin Feng waved his hand and a pink light flashed. The cosmic flying sword pierced Bien Wishing and Bien Kun's throats. The air was filled with the smell of blood. The Bien family's disciples were trembling in fear. Now that the Bien family's key figures were killed, the powerful force that threatened to destroy Qin Feng and Saint Medic not long ago became vulnerable in the blink of an eye. Young hero Qin, please let me go. I have nothing to do with the Bien family. I'm just trying to make a living. Some disciples were already kneeling in front of Qin Feng and begging for mercy. The rest of the disciples also knelt in a row after they came to their senses. Zhou Tian and the rest were stunned by this scene. The Bien family's disciples were so arrogant, but now that big brother Qin was back, they all became like dogs. Qin Feng didn't kill these disciples. They were just some servants and guards that Bien Xionghu had bribed. When Qin Feng let them go, the disciples heaved a long sigh of relief. The crowd quickly dispersed. The crowded Saint Medic Hall became much more spacious. Lu Jibing said some polite words to Qin Feng before leaving. Qin Feng was amused. If Lu Yuqing and Lu Hui saw this scene, they would definitely die of anger. After destroying the Bien family, Qin Feng didn't stay in Luo City. He took everyone to Flower City that night. Originally, Qin Feng planned to visit Ma Xingkong and Shi Tsung. After all, the two of them had taken care of him during his time in Luo City. But later he learned that the two of them were in seclusion to break through, so he didn't have time to wait. Before leaving Luo City, Qin Feng ordered the disciples of the Saint Medic Hall to pay a visit to the Treasure Pill Pavilion. Although the Treasure Pill building opened by the Bien family was only a very small branch, there were still some pills and medicinal ingredients in the store, but they were all taken away by Qin Feng. The journey from Luoyang City to Huaqing was long. Even if Qin Feng went there alone, it would take him 3 days and 3 nights. After 3 days, he had only covered half of the journey with the rest of the army. Qin Feng, why are we going to Flower City? Didn't you just get a foothold in Luoyang City? Along the way, Qin Feng didn't explain anything. He just hurried along. Han Ying couldn't hold it in anymore after holding it in for 3 days and suddenly asked. The other girls also came over. They were also curious. A few days ago, I participated in the alchemist examination in Pill City and offended a lot of people. Those people know that I have settled down in Luo City and even opened a holy medicine hall, so I can't stay in Luo City any longer. Qin Feng never mentioned that the purple flame was exposed because it was too powerful. If Han Ying and the others found out, it would only bring trouble to those women. Even so, the women's expressions became serious. They all knew that Qin Feng was now a level 4 holy king. In the northern Sand Continent, he was no longer a rookie. If the enemies could force Qin Feng to leave Luoyang City, they were definitely not simple. After understanding the severity of the situation, everyone didn't rest and hurried along. After another 2 days, Qin Feng's large group stepped into the city gates of Huaqing. The last time Qin Feng came here was half a month ago. That was during the annual auction of Huaqing. The streets and alleys of Huaqing were filled with people. Now that the auction had ended, there were less people on the streets. Even so, the prosperity of Huaqing was not something the small Luoyang City could compare to. Originally, Qin Feng was forced to leave Luoyang City, but now he was glad. The spiritual energy in Huaqing was much thicker than that of Luoyang City. It was clearly a more suitable place for development and cultivation. Qin Feng, why did you choose to come to Huaqing to develop? Han Ying asked. Everyone looked at him curiously. Shuxia's eyes were filled with love. Huaqing was the place where she and Qin Feng first met. Although Shuxia knew that Qin Feng came here not because they knew each other, she still felt very sweet imagining it. I have a friend in Huaqing. She's the daughter of the Lord of Huaqing. Qin Feng gave a simple explanation. All the girls were shocked. Although they knew Qin Feng's ability to pick up girls, they were still shocked. Even Zhuo Xiaoya was shocked. She knew that Qin Feng had only come to Huaqing once, and it was to attend the auction. Could it be that he managed to pick up the number one girl of Huaqing in such a short time? Qin Feng smiled and didn't answer the girl's questions. When they arrived at a majestic 3-story building, they were stopped by a row of tall and sturdy guards. This is the Yan family's restricted area. Unauthorized personnel are not allowed to approach. The 8 guards wore metal armor and held long spears. Zhao Lingxian and Su Ruoro quickly scanned them. They found that 6 of them were at the peak of Immortal Qi Stage 9. There were also 2 whose auras were different from the others. The 2 girls couldn't see through them. Qin Feng knew that the 2 guards were at the 4th level of Saint King. Although Qin Feng had also stepped into the 4th level of Saint King, the 2 of them were only guards of the Yan family. From this, it could be seen that the Yan family was very powerful. Qin Feng was delighted. The more powerful the Yan family was, the better it would be for him. Only then would he be able to develop in Huaqing with peace of mind. "Brothers, I'm here to look for Sister Hong," Qin Feng said in a tone that was neither servile nor overbearing. The 2 4th-level Saint King guards looked at each other, then looked at Qin Feng suspiciously. One of them said, "What's your relationship with Sister Hong? Why haven't I seen you before?" "I'm Sister Hong's friend. You can go and report to her that someone is here to give her the energy-refining pill." The 2 guards were stunned, and they stared at Qin Feng in disbelief. As guards of the Yan family, the 2 of them had broad horizons. They had heard of the energy-refining pill before. It was a level 2 king pill of the highest quality. It was the best pill to help a peak 9th level Saint King break through to the Buddha light stage. And this kind of king pill could only be refined by a pill king level alchemist. Every single one of them was priceless. Most of the time, there was no market for it. The 2 guards really didn't believe that a young kid at the 4th level of Saint King in front of them was going to give them the energy-refining pill. "Stinking brat, don't cause trouble here. Leave quickly." One of the guards' expression turned cold. Chapter 1572. Others might not believe that Qin Feng could get energy transformation pills, but Zhuo Xiaoya was convinced. She knew that Qin Feng was a rank 3 level 6 golden pill master and could not refine king pills. However, it was not difficult for a golden pill master to obtain king pills. Moreover, Qin Feng was Elder Su's disciple. Zhuo Xiaoya believed that as long as Qin Feng asked, Elder Su would definitely help him refine a batch of energy transformation pills. Qin Feng did not know what Zhuo Xiaoya was thinking. However, he was not looking for Elder Su to help him refine the energy transformation pills. He wanted to refine them himself. The energy transformation pill was a level 2 king pill. Qin Feng believed that with his current alchemy skills, forming the pills would not be a problem. "Do you think I will believe you just because you say you want to give me energy transformation pills? If you have the ability, show me the energy transformation pills first." The guards were not stupid. They still blocked the entrance. It was not that the guards were deliberately making things difficult for Qin Feng and the others. It was just that the Yan family had a high status in Flower City. Too many people wanted to curry favor with the Yan family. If they let any random guard in, the Yan family's door would be trampled to pieces. Energy transformation pills are level 2 king pills. Naturally, they cannot be taken out casually. However, I have a golden pill master identity token. This cannot be forged. Qin Feng took out the identity token that he had obtained not long ago. It was a palm-sized jade token with the seal of the Elixir Association headquarters. An ordinary person would not be able to make it. When the guards saw the pill master identity token, their eyes fell to the ground. If one were to ask which occupation in the North Sand continent was the most respected, it would definitely be pill refiners. Moreover, Qin Feng was a rank 3 level 6 golden pill master. His status was ridiculously high. "So it's Alchemist Qin. I did not know your identity just now. Please forgive me if I offended you in any way." When the pill master identity token was taken out, The two level 4 Saint King guards seemed to have changed. They put on flattering smiles and took the initiative to invite Qin Feng into the courtyard. Lu Jie and the others had heard Lu Zhibing mention Qin Feng's Golden Pill Master identity test in Luo's city a few days ago. However, they did not know much about the identity of pill masters in the Divine Supreme Continent. Now that the guards' attitudes had changed, they finally had a deeper understanding. One of the guards brought them to the door. The other guard immediately ran into the house to report. Not long after, the 4th level Saint King guard returned with a smile on his face. Alchemist Qin, Sister Hong is waiting for you in the hall on the 3rd floor. However, she only wants to see you. The others will have to wait outside. Qin Feng nodded. He had brought over 100 people with him this time, so he couldn't bring everyone into the room. Then I'll have to trouble you to entertain my friend's brother, Qin Feng said. Alchemist Qin, don't worry. I'll bring your friend to the little pavilion in the backyard to rest. Lu Jie and the others had already gone to the backyard, so Qin Feng entered the main residence alone. As soon as he arrived at the 3rd floor, he was greeted by a spacious hall. Dressed in a red sand-colored nightgown, Sister Hong was lying on a wooden bed covered by a veil. Qin Feng was fascinated. He had noticed Sister Hong's flirtatious behavior when he was in the backstage room of the auction house. This woman was different from the other women on the Divine Continent. Brat, I'm pretty, right? Do you think I won't dig your eyeballs out? Sister Hong's cold voice rang out. Qin Feng retracted his gaze and walked straight through the curtain. Sister Hong, I haven't seen you for a few days and you're going to deny it? Last time we were in your office, do you want to do it again today? Qin Feng did not hesitate and sat down on the wooden bed. His hand had already reached for Sister Hong's calf. Sister Hong's skin was fair and smooth, and it looked even more alluring under the contrast of her red nightgown. But before Qin Feng could touch her a few times, Sister Hong sent a kick towards his chest. Rumble! Qin Feng dodged in time, and the wind generated by the kick landed on the wall. The entire wall caved in. Cold sweat trickled down Qin Feng's back. This woman was indeed ruthless. That kick was merciless. Brat, if you dare to mess around again, I'll make you regret it. Sister Hong pulled up the corner of her dress and sat on the wooden bed with a frosty expression. Qin Feng complained in his heart. Back at the auction house, Sister Hong took the initiative to seduce Qin Feng in order to cheat him of his treasures. Now that this woman had no use for him, she immediately turned hostile. Qin Feng was no longer in the mood to tease this woman. He sat on the chair opposite the wooden bed and said, Sister Hong, I need your help with something. What is it? I brought a group of subordinates over. There are more than 100 of them. I plan to open an elixir store in Huaqing. Qin Feng was halfway through his sentence when Sister Hong interrupted him angrily. You brat, do you really think I'm your lover? What does it have to do with me if you want to open an elixir store? You can just buy the land and go through the procedures. Of course, Qin Feng could open the store himself, but he was currently being chased by many enemies, especially those who were eyeing his purple spectral flame. Therefore, Qin Feng's main goal was not to open the store, but to find a backer. Sister Hong, you're being too heartless by doing this. I've even prepared a few yuan transformation pills for you this time. Sister Hong suddenly sat up straight. The reason why she talked nonsense with Qin Feng for so long was because of the vitality elixirs. Otherwise, she wouldn't have bothered with a small character like Qin Feng who was only a level 4 Holy King. Where are the vitality elixirs? Give them to me quickly. Sister Hong's voice became urgent. Qin Feng smiled and said, Sister Hong, don't be anxious. I don't have the vitality elixirs yet. Brat, you dare to trick me? Sister Hong's aura rose sharply. She had the strength of a level 5 Holy King. Although Qin Feng was a level 4 Holy King, he had the ability to kill a level 5 Holy King. But he wasn't here to fight with this woman. Sister Hong, don't be anxious. Although I don't have the vitality elixirs, I can help you refine a cauldron of vitality elixirs on the spot. Sister Hong's jade-like palm suddenly stopped in front of Qin Feng. Her charming eyes were filled with shock. If a bottle of vitality elixirs could make her lose her cool, then a person who could refine vitality elixirs would make her completely crazy. Vitality elixirs were of the quality of king elixirs, and only elixir kings could refine them. There were very few elixir kings in the northern sand region, and even the youngest one was above 50. Looking at Qin Feng, who looked to be in his early 20s, Sister Hong was instantly enraged. Bastard, do you think I'm an idiot? How dare you say such a lie? Qin Feng was already used to other people's shocked expressions. Every time he said that he could refine gold elixirs or even king elixirs, no one would believe him. Sister Hong is obviously not an idiot, and I'm not retarded. Since I dared to stand here and say what I just said, I naturally can do it. Qin Feng said seriously. Sister Hong stared at him with her charming eyes as if she wanted to see through him. After a while she said, "All right, I'll believe you this once. If you can't refine the vitality elixirs, I'll make you pay." Qin Feng curled his lips indifferently. Refining the elixirs is not a problem. It's a pity that I don't have the medicinal ingredients. Sister Hong's magnificent chest rose and fell. In the past, she was always the one tricking others, but when she was with Qin Feng, she always felt that she was being tricked by him. Without waiting for this woman to get angry, Qin Feng added, "Anyway, I'll give you the vitality elixirs that I refine, so it's only right that you provide the medicinal ingredients." Sister Hong was so angry that she was speechless. Originally, she had agreed with Qin Feng that he would bring the vitality elixirs to see her within 3 months. She didn't expect that Qin Feng would come early, but he wanted her to prepare the ingredients herself. After hesitating for a while, Sister Hong suppressed the anger in her heart. For Sister Hong, whose family had opened an auction house, it was not difficult to collect the ingredients for the vitality elixirs. Wait for 10 minutes. I'll get someone to send the medicinal ingredients over. Sister Hong had already put on her clothes and left, but in less than 10 minutes she returned with a medicine basket. Here you go. These are all the medicinal ingredients needed to refine the vitality elixir. According to the refining time of other Dan King, it would take 5 hours to form the pill. I'll give you 6 hours. If you can't form the pill within 6 hours, you'll definitely not have a good time. Qin Feng didn't care about Sister Hong's words, because he was confident that he would succeed. Since the medicinal ingredients were all gathered, Qin Feng didn't waste any more time. With a wave of his hand, the heaven and earth cauldron in the system seemed to fall from the sky, landing on the ground with a muffled sound. Where did you get this pill furnace? Be gentle, don't destroy my house." Sister Hong stared at Qin Feng in shock and anger. Qin Feng was already sitting cross-legged in front of the heaven and earth cauldron. Just as he was about to make a move, he paused for a moment. "Sister Hong, I'm lacking an assistant. Cooperate with me later." Sister Hong rolled her eyes and didn't refuse. She knew that high-level alchemists had assistants to help them when refining pills. However, when she thought about how she, the daughter of the city lord, was the assistant of this brat Qin Feng, Sister Hong felt wronged. Boom! Qin Feng's palm struck out, and a ball of raging fire was already burning fiercely under the heaven and earth cauldron. He didn't use the purple flame. Ever since he participated in the Elixir Association's assessment, he didn't dare to use the purple flame in front of outsiders. However, the flame that Qin Feng struck out wasn't bad either. It wasn't his own inner fire, but the demon core of the flame wolf that he had subdued in Devil Beast Mountain in the secular world of Huaxia. It could be considered a type of beast fire. The flames of destruction burned fiercely, causing the temperature in the room to instantly soar. Qin Feng often refined pills, so he didn't care about this kind of temperature. However, Sister Hong couldn't take it anymore, so she simply took off the black dress that she had just put on. Whoosh! After taking off the dress, only 2 simple white strips of cloth wrapped around her chest and lower body, revealing Sister Hong's tall and sexy figure. Her skin was as white as snow, but it also emitted a faint luster, like a pearl that was round and smooth. Qin Feng almost broke when he saw it. "Brat, what are you looking at? Refine your pills properly." Sister Hong glanced at Qin Feng. On the surface, she didn't seem to care, but the moment she lowered her head, a blush flashed across her pretty face. Qin Feng couldn't help but look away. He was really afraid that he would go berserk while refining pills. If it was an ordinary pill, he could still be distracted. However, the essence transformation pill was a rank 2, rank 7 king pill. It was Qin Feng's first time refining a king pill. Rumble! The flames of destruction suddenly soared several meters, almost burning the roof. Sister Hong was shocked. She was really afraid that Qin Feng would burn down her house while refining pills. However, her worries were completely unnecessary. The flames of destruction seemed to have intelligence, and completely obeyed Qin Feng's command. After the flames preheated the pill furnace, Qin Feng grabbed the medicinal ingredients beside him and threw them into the heaven and earth cauldron. Sister Hong, help me wipe my sweat! Chapter 1573. Are you kidding me? You want me to wipe your sweat for you? Sister Hong rolled her eyes unwillingly. Qin Feng said nonchalantly, It's fine if Sister Hong doesn't want to wipe it, but don't blame me if you fail. Sister Hong immediately tensed up. She did not collect the soul transformation pills for her own use. She was only a 5th stage Saint King, and the Yuan converting pill was a pill that could help a peak 9th stage Saint King break through to the Buddha light stage. Sister Hong wanted to collect it for her father. Brat, don't play any tricks. Do you think you'll fail just because you don't wipe your sweat? Do you think I'm an idiot? Sister Hong sat next to Qin Feng. She pursed her lips and didn't move. Qin Feng's hands didn't stop moving. As he purified the medicinal ingredients, he said, Why would I lie to Sister Hong? Moreover, I'm just wiping my sweat, it's not like I'm asking you to do anything. You can also see that my vision is wet with sweat. How can I still concoct pills like this? Qin Feng was betting that Sister Hong didn't understand the process of refining pills. In reality, alchemists used their powerful spiritual power and aura to control and refine medicinal ingredients. Even if Qin Feng was blind, he could still refine pills. Sister Hong wasn't an alchemist, so when she saw Qin Feng sweating profusely, she started to believe his words. Although she was very unhappy, after hesitating for a moment, Sister Hong took out a clean white handkerchief. Smelly brat, you better focus on your alchemy. If you dare to peek or touch, I won't let you off lightly. Sister Hong's body exuded a chilling aura, just like a small refrigerator. I don't even have enough energy to concoct pills, so how could I have any thoughts about Sister Hong? Seeing that Qin Feng was indeed concentrating on concocting pills, Sister Hong didn't think too much about it. She stretched out her slender arm and wiped the sweat off Qin Feng's face. The fire of destruction was incomparably strong, and the inside of the room had long since become like a sauna. As soon as Qin Feng wiped the sweat off his face, new beads of sweat dripped down. Sister Hong could only bend down and continuously wipe him. The two of them were less than half a meter apart, and Qin Feng could smell a fragrant scent wafting into his nostrils as he breathed. Sister Hong, don't just wipe my face. My whole body is wet. Help me wipe it. Sister Hong's strength was neither light nor heavy, and Qin Feng gradually began to enjoy it. When he mentioned that he wanted to wipe his body, Sister Hong's already cold face almost froze. Stinking brat, don't push your luck. If I'm wet, I'll stay wet. Rumble. A muffled explosion suddenly rang out, startling Sister Hong. What's going on? It can't be that the pill refining failed, right? Qin Feng was secretly delighted. He had purposely increased the power of the destructive flames. The explosion was just the sound of the flames leaping up. However, he frowned and said, I can't do it anymore. My whole body is soaked. I can't refine pills in this kind of environment. I think we should end it here. We will fail even if we continue to persist. Sister Hong believed him and hurriedly shouted, If you dare to stop, I'll take your life. How could these medicinal ingredients for refining the essence transforming pill be so easy to obtain? Continue refining for me. Sister Hong rolled her eyes at him. She stretched out her hands and touched Qin Feng's collar. With a light tug, Qin Feng's shirt was removed to the waist. Consider yourself lucky. Don't you know how noble Sister Hong is? No one has ever enjoyed such treatment before. Sister Hong complained incessantly as she helped Qin Feng wipe his body. Her fingers constantly rubbed Qin Feng's body. The feeling was indescribable. Qin Feng pretended to be serious and said, I don't want to trouble Sister Hong. It's just that I usually have an assistant when I refine pills. I prepared too hastily this time and didn't think too much. Oh right, Sister Hong, don't just wipe your upper body. Your pants are also soaked. Qin Feng was shameless to the end. Sister Hong almost exploded a few times, but looking at the medicinal ingredients that had been purified twice in the pill furnace, she could only suppress the anger in her heart. This pill refining process was definitely Qin Feng's most enjoyable one. Sister Hong was indeed a very open woman. She really took off Qin Feng's pants and wiped him. However, while enjoying it, Qin Feng was also suffering. Sister Hong's fingers were slender and cold. When she touched his burning body, he felt as though he was in a world of ice and fire. Fortunately, Qin Feng's pill refining skills were superb. In the end, he managed to persevere. If it was any other alchemist, they would definitely go berserk halfway through. Rumble! 4 hours later. A loud sound came from the room. The entire room shook violently a few times. Sister Hong jumped in fright. What's going on? Did the pill come out? Sister Hong looked at Qin Feng nervously. She had served this kid like a lord. If Qin Feng still couldn't form the pill, she would immediately cripple this guy. However, Qin Feng's expression was solemn and he didn't answer. He grabbed at the air and 4 milky white pills flew out from the heaven and earth cauldron. The pills were round and smooth, emitting a rich pill fragrance. There were 7 clear pill inscriptions on the surface of the pills, which meant that this was a high-grade king pill that was hard to find. Sister Hong was stunned. She didn't need Qin Feng to say anything. She knew that this kid had really refined the vitality transformation pill. Originally, Sister Hong only wanted Qin Feng to give it a try. She didn't even have much hope for Qin Feng. However, when the vitality transformation pill was refined, Sister Hong immediately realized a very important problem. Qin Feng was actually a 7th grade pill king. Sister Hong, these are the vitality transformation pills you wanted. Along the way, there were 4 of them, and they were all high grade. Qin Feng directly put the 4 vitality transformation pills into a jade bottle and gave them all to Sister Hong. Although the vitality transformation pill was precious, it was a pill for a peak 9th level Saint King to break through to the Buddha light stage. Qin Feng had just stepped into the 4th level Saint King, so he didn't have any use for this kind of king pill at the moment. Sister Hong carefully took the jade bottle, her jade-like hands trembling. After opening the bottle and taking a few glances, Sister Hong finally came to her senses. You're giving me all 4 vitality transformation pills? You don't even want one? Sister Hong couldn't understand Qin Feng. This guy was so young, but he was so generous. One had to know that this was a second-class 7th grade king pill. If an ordinary cultivator saw it, they would fight to the death for it. Hee hee! The ingredients for refining the vitality transformation pill were all provided by Sister Hong. Moreover, I promised to get vitality transformation pills for Sister Hong, so I won't keep any pills. When I really need vitality transformation pills in the future, I'll refine them myself. Qin Feng said it casually. If others heard this, they would definitely laugh their heads off. Putting aside the fact that the vitality transformation pill was a 7th grade king pill, an ordinary alchemist couldn't refine it. Even the ingredients for refining the vitality transformation pill were very precious. How could they be found so easily? However, Sister Hong didn't doubt Qin Feng's words. When she realized that Qin Feng was an alchemy king, the way she looked at Qin Feng changed completely. Since that's the case, I won't stand on ceremony with you. This vitality transformation pill isn't for me. It's for my father's breakthrough. Qin Feng was stunned. The first time he came to Flower City, he met Longevity and a few disciples of the Central Plains sect. At that time, Longevity told Qin Feng that the city lord of Flower City was a rogue cultivator called Yen Xianhai. Yen Xianhai was an honorable who had stepped into the Buddha light stage. Even a 5-star sect in the northern Sand region wouldn't dare to offend such a strong person. However, the Vitality Transformation Pill was a pill for a Saint King to break through to the Buddha light stage. Why would Yen Xianhai need it? Qin Feng quickly understood. Back in Luo City, he heard that Qitsang was also in the Buddha light stage. However, after interacting with Qitsang, he found out that Qitsang was at the peak of the 9th level Saint King. It seemed that Yen Xianhai was the same. It was just that outsiders were bragging about how powerful he was. So City Lord Yen is at the peak of the 9th level Saint King? Qin Feng asked. After Sister Hong obtained the Vitality Transformation Pill, she seemed to have changed into a different person. Her attitude towards Qin Feng changed greatly. It was as if they were old friends. I won't hide it from you. My father stepped into the Buddha light stage many years ago. However, he met an enemy who heavily injured him and dropped him back to the Saint King realm. It was to avoid the enemy that my father brought me to Flower City and concealed my identity. My father recently broke through to the peak of the 9th level Saint King and is about to step into the Buddha light stage. After this explanation, Qin Feng understood. He asked tentatively, "What was Sister Hong's name in the past?" Sister Hong's expression became vigilant. However, after hesitating for a moment, she still said, "My father's surname was Yen. After coming to Flower City, he changed it to Yen. My original name is Father-Faced Yen. Now I'm called Father-Faced Yen." Qin Feng didn't expect Sister Hong to really tell him. Wasn't she afraid that he would leak the news? However, Qin Feng quickly thought it through. He was here to rely on Sister Hong. How could he leak the news of the Yen family? Unlucky? This means that beauties are unlucky. Qin Feng's interest in Sister Hong's name was aroused. Sister Hong smiled and said, "I'm indeed a beauty, but I'm not unlucky. At least I have the ability to protect myself in Flower City." Sister Hong's smile was as bright as the spring breeze. Qin Feng was slightly mesmerized. At this moment, he realized that because of the hot air in the room, Sister Hong was also sweating profusely. Her 2 pieces of white cloth were completely stuck to her body. Her breasts were faintly discernible. Qin Feng almost vomited blood when he saw it. "You're really dishonest. If it were any other man, they would have died 100 times. Sister Hong glared at Qin Feng coldly. However, she didn't find a piece of clothing to cover her breasts. Qin Feng retracted his gaze and suddenly became serious. "Sister Hong, since you obtained the Vitality Transformation Pill, I have something to ask for your help." Without waiting for Qin Feng to finish, Sister Hong interrupted him. "Don't worry. Open a pill store in Flower City. If you encounter any trouble, you can look for me." Qin Feng was excited. Now that he had exposed the purple flame, there were too many enemies who were secretly hunting him. If he could obtain the protection of the Yen family, he believed that many forces would have scruples. The 2 of them tidied up the room. Sister Hong came out in a black robe. This woman was cold to begin with. Wearing black clothes, she seemed even more unapproachable. "Qin Feng, come with me to see my father," Sister Hong said. Qin Feng nodded. He wanted to see Yen Xianhai. At the end of the day, Qin Feng came to Flower City because he fancied Yen Xianhai's Buddha light stage strength. He didn't want Sister Hong, who was merely a level 5 Saint King. The 2 of them left the main residence and passed through the pavilion in the backyard. Lu Jie and the others were cultivating in the pavilion. When they saw Qin Feng, they immediately surrounded him. "Qin Feng, are you okay?" Zhao Lingxian and the others looked at him worriedly. Qin Feng waved his hand and said, "Everyone wait for me here. I'll go with Sister Hong to see City Lord Yen. I'll be back soon." Bookmark for easier reading. Chapter 1574. The reason why Sister Hong brought Qin Feng to see her father was mainly because of Qin Feng's identity as an elixir king. Although Sister Hong pretended to be calm on the surface, her heart was already in turmoil. She would never have thought that Qin Feng was actually a Tier 7 elixir king at such a young age. She could only believe it after seeing it with her own eyes. There were not many elixir kings in the entire North Sand region. Passing through a deep pavilion and a shady path, they arrived in front of a quiet wooden house. There were 2 muscular men guarding outside the wooden house. Qin Feng was shocked when he saw them. These 2 were actually level 7 Saint King experts. "Young mistress!" Seeing Yen Fofeng, the 2 of them greeted her respectfully, then looked at Qin Feng with vigilance. "Father is still in closed-door cultivation?" Sister Hong asked. One of the guards nodded and said, "Young mistress, City Lord Yen has been in closed-door cultivation for more than a month and has yet to come out." Sister Hong raised her eyebrows. She knew that her father did not have a transforming soul pill, and it would be very difficult for him to forcefully break through the barrier of the Buddhist aura. "I will go in and take a look. This is my friend, you don't have to stop him." Just as Sister Hong walked over, the 2 guards said awkwardly, "Young mistress, the city lord said that no one is allowed to disturb him when he is in closed-door cultivation. I hope that young mistress will not make things difficult for us." Yen Fofeng could only stop in her tracks, but she did not blame the 2 guards for stopping her. She knew that her father was at the juncture of a breakthrough and could not be disturbed. But at this moment, an old and strong voice came from within the wooden house. "Yenner, why are you looking for father? Come in and talk." The expressions of the 2 guards changed and they looked towards the wooden house. Sister Hong was also excited. She realized that her father might have come out of closed-door cultivation. But soon, disappointment flashed in her eyes. From the aura and movements coming from the wooden house, it was obvious that her father had not succeeded in his breakthrough. The 2 of them walked into the wooden house. The space inside was not big, only about 20 square meters. Moreover, there were no decorations in the house, only spirit stones scattered all over the ground. Yen Xianhai sat cross-legged in the middle of the empty space. He was dressed in a white robe and his long hair draped over his shoulders. The aura on his body was as majestic as the sea, giving people a completely unfathomable feeling. "Father!" Sister Hong, who had not seen Yen Xianhai for more than a month, ran over the moment she entered the house. Yen Xianhai's indifferent expression revealed a trace of joy. He rubbed Yen Xianhai's head and said, "I've made Yen worry. It's a pity that I still haven't broken through to the Buddhist light." He suddenly stopped mid-sentence. His gaze fell on Qin Feng, who had just entered, and his expression became serious. "Yen this is?" Qin Feng felt that Yen Xianhai was on guard against him, and a powerful aura shot towards him, pressuring him to the point that he almost couldn't stand. Qin Feng marveled in his heart. Was this the power of a peak 9th realm Saint King? Then how fierce would a Buddha light realm, or even a true spirit realm expert be? Once again, Qin Feng realized the importance of one's cultivation level. In the divine continent, everything was meaningless without strength. Moreover, there were still many people from the secular world and the divine land that he had yet to find. Qin Feng was even more eager to break through. "Father, this is Qin Feng, a good friend of mine," Sister Hong hastily explained when she realized her father's hostility towards Qin Feng. Yen Xianhai raised his eyebrows and looked Qin Feng up and down seriously. He understood his daughter the best. In the past, she had never liked any man. This Qin Feng was the first man that Yen had brought to see him. However, after a round of inspection, Yen Xianhai didn't feel that there was anything special about Qin Feng. Although he had stepped into the 5th realm Saint King at such a young age, it was only because his cultivation aptitude was slightly better. One had to know that in the northern Sand Continent's 5-star sects, there were countless talented disciples like Qin Feng. "Yenner, why did you bring him here?" Yen Xianhai's expression was somewhat cold. He didn't fancy Qin Feng. If this girl wanted to be close to Qin Feng, Yen Xianhai would definitely not agree. Sister Hong obviously knew what her father was thinking, and her face instantly turned red. This charming and flirtatious woman was like a little girl in front of her father. "Father, young hero Qin and I are not like what you think. He came this time to bring a big gift for you. Sister Hong said. Yan Xianhai saw that Qin Feng was dressed very ordinarily, and didn't care about the gift. There's no need for the gift. Return it to him. Father has been in seclusion for more than a month, and he wants to talk to Yan alone. Yan Xianhai's meaning was very clear. He wanted Qin Feng to leave. Qin Feng wanted to laugh. He was thinking about what kind of expression Yan Xianhai would have when he found out that he had given Qin Feng a primary transformation pill. Sister Hong also wanted to laugh, but she held it in and said, "Father, take a look at what pill is in this jade bottle." Yan Xianhai only glanced at the jade bottle indifferently. He really didn't believe that a junior like Qin Feng could give an amazing pill. At most, it would be a Tier 5 pill. Even if it was a Tier 6 golden pill, Yan Xianhai wouldn't be moved. Now that he had stepped into the peak of the 9th realm Saint King, what he needed was a Tier 7 imperial pill. However, Yan Xianhai wouldn't believe that Qin Feng could give an imperial pill. Return the pill. Our Flower City auction house has a lot of pills too. Yan Xianhai's attitude was cold. It wasn't that he looked down on Qin Feng, but he didn't want his daughter to get entangled with Qin Feng. If they really developed feelings for each other, it would be troublesome. Sister Hong didn't know whether to laugh or cry. She could only open the bottle herself. Instantly, a rich pill fragrance filled the air. Yan Xianhai's expression changed. Even though he didn't look at the pill in the bottle, he still shouted, "Yan this is a bottle of primary transformation pills?" Seeing her father's shocked expression, Sister Hong smiled. "That's right, father. This is Qin Feng's gift to you. For high-grade primary transformation pills." Yan Xianhai took the jade bottle and poured the pills into his palm. Looking at the round and smooth milky white pills, even his breathing became hurried. "Young hero Qin, where did you get these pills?" Yan Xianhai even changed the way he addressed Qin Feng, calling him young hero Qin. Without needing Qin Feng to say anything, Sister Hong explained. "Father, these are primary transformation pills that young hero Qin personally refined. He refined them in my room. Then we came to find you." Yan Xianhai's eyes fell to the ground. He thought that Qin Feng might have obtained these primary transformation pills by luck from some ancient martial ruins, or he might have obtained them from an auction, where Qin Feng might have a pill king master. But no matter how he guessed, he never thought that these 4 primary transformation pills were personally refined by Qin Feng. However, Yan Xianhai somewhat believed it because he could feel that the primary transformation pills in his palm still had some residual heat. These were indeed freshly refined pills. You're a pill king?" When Yan Xianhai asked this question, he felt that it was very funny. However, he couldn't laugh no matter what. Qin Feng had already expected this reaction from Yan Xianhai. He calmly said, "City Lord Yan, I am indeed a level 2-7 pill king. However, I usually hide this identity. Moreover, I only took the level 3-6 Golden Pill Master examination in the Pill Association." Since Qin Feng planned to develop in Flower City, he had to build a good relationship with Yan Xianhai. And if he wanted to gain the favor of this kind of revered one who was half a step into the Buddha-light realm, he had to reveal some trump cards. Qin Feng had already taken out the Pill Master Identity Jade token that he had obtained not long ago. Yan Xianhai simply scanned it, and knew that it was real. He also started to believe Qin Feng's words. However, he never would have thought that such a young pill king would appear in the Northern Sand region. Good. The younger generation will surpass the older. You're probably the youngest pill king in the entire Northern Sand region. Yan Xianhai sighed repeatedly. From the start, he had ignored Qin Feng. Now, he greatly admired Qin Feng. Yan Xianhai also approved of Qin Feng's action of hiding his identity as an pill king. Qin Feng was simply too young and his realm was very ordinary. If his identity as an pill king was exposed, it would definitely attract a lot of trouble. City Lord Yan is too kind. Compared to you, this junior still has a long way to go. Qin Feng cupped his hands and said. The more Yan Xianhai looked at Qin Feng, the more he liked him. Among those of the same generation, regardless of realm or ability, Qin Feng was an outstanding existence. However, he wasn't arrogant at all. Moreover, Yan Xianhai had previously looked down on Qin Feng. However, Qin Feng didn't take it to heart at all. Good. Since you're Yan Er's good friend, then we're on the same side. I won't be courteous with you. I'll accept these 4 elemental transformation pills. Yan Xianhai recovered from the shock of the pills. His most urgent matter now was to use the pills to break through. Although he had been in closed-door training for a month, he still hadn't been able to break through to the Buddha's light realm. However, now that he had 4 elemental transformation pills in his hands, Yan Xianhai was 70% confident that he could step into the Buddha's light realm again. Sister Hong realized that her father was going to continue his closed-door training, so she gave Qin Feng a look. Qin Feng stood up, but he wasn't in a hurry to leave. He smiled at Yan Xianhai and said, City Lord Yan, with these elemental transformation pills, I believe that your chances of breaking through will greatly increase. However, if you trust this junior, I can help you set up a simple spirit gathering array. This way, your chances of breaking through will be higher. Yan Xianhai was stunned. He was once again shocked by Qin Feng. You know how to set up arrays? In the Divine Continent, alchemists, blacksmiths, and array masters were extremely rare existences. To become one of the 3, hard work alone was definitely not enough. Innate talent was also needed. Although Yan Xianhai was a 9th-level Saint King expert, he had no talent in alchemy, blacksmithing, or setting up arrays. Therefore, he couldn't even set up a spirit-gathering array. Not only Yan Xianhai, but Yan Baoming was also shocked. Qin Feng, are you serious? How many more secrets are you hiding? Qin Feng scratched his head awkwardly. He didn't say that he could also blacksmith and tame beasts. Otherwise, he would have scared the father and daughter to death. Ha! I only know alchemy and setting up arrays. Qin Feng laughed. Yan Xianhai and his daughter rolled their eyes. What else do you want? Yan Xianhai was naturally at ease with Qin Feng, so he asked him to help set up arrays. The father and daughter sat in a corner and watched quietly. They didn't dare to make any noise to disturb Qin Feng. Qin Feng sat where Yan Xianhai was. At this moment, he was holding a dozen array flags in his hand. As for the spirit stone house, there were many of them. He directly used Yan Xianhai's spirit stones to refine seals. After working for more than half an hour, Qin Feng suddenly roared. He threw the spirit stones with seals engraved on them at the 4 corners of the house. Following that, he threw the array flags over. Very quickly, Yan Xianhai and his daughter could see with their naked eyes that rays of light blue light flashed. Chapter 1575. Young hero Qin, you're actually a level 2 spellcaster as well. You've really surprised me. Seeing that the spirit gathering formation was completed, Yan Xianhai's face flushed with excitement. Yan Baoming also widened her beautiful eyes. She knew very well how precious an array master was. They were even rarer than an alchemist. Qin Feng didn't know much about the ranks of formation masters in the Divine Continent. He wasn't sure what level a level 2 formation master Yan Xianhai was talking about. However, Qin Feng knew that he was definitely more powerful than a rank 2 formation master. This was because he had only set up a simple spirit gathering formation. He had not displayed his true abilities. However, this simple spirit gathering formation had already left Yan Xianhai and his daughter in disbelief. After a while, the 2 of them finally woke up. All right. That's great. With the help of the origin transformation pill and the spirit gathering array, I believe that I will definitely succeed in breaking through to the Buddha light stage this time. Yan Xianhai was brimming with confidence. After the spirit gathering formation was set up, an idea popped into Qin Feng's mind. City Lord Yan, can I stay and watch you break through? Junior doesn't have any other intentions. It's just that I will definitely break through to the Buddha light realm in the future, so I want to understand the situation in advance so that I can be prepared in the future. Qin Feng knew that breaking through from the Saint King realm to the Buddha light realm would not be simple, so accumulating more experience was definitely not a bad idea. His words piqued Sister Hong's interest. Father, why don't I stay with Qin Feng? We promise not to make a sound. Just treat it as us protecting you. Although Yan Xianhai had only known Qin Feng for less than a day, he already treated Qin Feng as one of his own. After finding out that Qin Feng was also a rank 2 formation master, Yan Xianhai had an idea. He looked at Qin Feng, then at his daughter, and a faint smile appeared on his face. All right. You guys stay in the house. However, breaking through to the Buddha light realm will trigger a lightning tribulation. When the time comes, you guys can't endure it, immediately leave. Yan Xianhai explained, and Qin Feng and Sister Hong nodded seriously to show that they understood. Yan Xianhai once again sat in the center of the wooden hut, which happened to be the center of the spirit gathering formation that Qin Feng had set up. The house was filled with spirit stones, and the spirit gathering array had already been activated, automatically gathering the spirit energy in the spirit stones into the array. Even the spirit energy in the radius of several kilometers outside the house was slowly flowing towards the wooden house. Rumble. After an unknown period of time, a series of muffled sounds came from Yan Xianhai's body. True Qi emerged from his body as he sat cross-legged on the ground. His body automatically rotated. Qin Feng and Sister Hong were shocked by what they saw. Both of them realized that Yan Xianhai had reached the critical point of breaking through. At this moment, all the spirit stones on the ground were suspended in midair, disappearing at a speed visible to the naked eye. The spirit stones had all been transformed into spirit qi. Under the effect of the spirit gathering array, the concentration of spirit qi in the entire small wooden hut increased by dozens of times. It was as if they had fallen into a heavenly paradise. Not only were the spirit stones in the cabin being consumed rapidly, but the spirit gathering array was also operating at its maximum efficiency. The spirit qi outside the cabin was also surging and gathering in the direction of the cabin. Why do I feel that the surrounding spiritual qi has suddenly decreased? Lu Jie, who was cultivating in the pavilion, suddenly opened his eyes. The others also realized this problem. Everyone got up and looked in the direction of the wooden house hidden in the dense forest. The spirit qi is flowing over there. I wonder what's going on. That should be the training ground of the Flower City's city lord. Qin Feng and Sister Hong went there previously. Ah, look, there are dense dark clouds in the sky, and there are lightning bolts descending. Pitter-patter. Just as Lin Bei screamed, everyone was shocked by the rumbling thunder. Originally, the sky was blue for tens of thousands of miles. But now, it was covered with dark clouds and interweaving lightning webs. It was a scene of destruction. Pitter-patter. Qin Feng and Sister Hong, who were in the wooden house, were even more shocked. The two of them saw a thick and long lightning bolt striking the roof, instantly blasting a large hole in the roof of the wooden house. Wood splinters scattered, and the lightning bolt finally exploded behind Yan Xianhai, shattering the bluestone on the ground. However, Yan Xianhai sat motionlessly on the ground, as if nothing had happened. An old voice floated into Qin Feng and Sister Hong's ears. Don't be afraid. Breaking through to the Buddha light realm will require one to undergo the lightning tribulation. There are a total of 3 lightning tribulations, and this is only the first one. Because the first lightning tribulation is the weakest, I can directly use my physical body to block it. The subsequent lightning tribulations will gradually become stronger, but I have already made preparations. After understanding the situation, Qin Feng and Sister Hong heaved a sigh of relief. However, looking at the lightning web suspended in the sky above the roof, the two of them became gloomy again. Qin Feng was somewhat glad that he came up with the idea of staying behind to watch Yan Xianhai's breakthrough. If he did not experience Yan Xianhai's breakthrough, he would definitely not know anything when he broke through to the Buddha light realm. If he did not make any preparations, it would probably be very difficult for him to withstand the 3 lightning tribulations. Pitter-patter. Thunder roared again. This time, 3 lightning bolts descended. Although all 3 lightning bolts struck Yan Xianhai's body, Qin Feng and Sister Hong had already circulated their inner qi to protect themselves. Just the remaining power of the lightning bolts made the two of them feel pressured. However, they saw Yen Xianhai sitting in the sea of lightning, not reacting no matter how the lightning bolts struck him. Although his long hair was fluttering in the wind, and the white robe on his body was also in tatters. However, there was a layer of barrier condensed from qi on his body, and it actually blocked the fierce attack of the first wave of lightning tribulations. Suddenly, the sound of thunder disappeared. The lightning web in the dark sky also disappeared. Just when Qin Feng and Sister Hong heaved a sigh of relief, a loud explosion sounded, as if a large hole had exploded in the sky. Rumble! It turned out that the second wave of lightning tribulations had descended. It seemed to connect seamlessly with the first wave of lightning tribulations. This time, Yen Xianhai suddenly opened his eyes. He frowned and looked above his head, and his expression became increasingly solemn. Swish! Seeing that a purple lightning bolt as thick as an arm was about to explode above his head, Yen Xianhai waved his hand, and a defensive artifact soared into the sky, blocking the roof of the wooden hut that had been blasted open. That defensive artifact was a compass. It was originally only the size of a palm, but the instant it soared into the sky, it grew larger and larger, finally sealing off the entire wooden hut's roof. Rumble! The lightning bolt landed on the compass, and a deafening sound rang out. This compass was a good artifact, as it was still intact after being struck by the lightning several times. However, the wooden hut could no longer withstand the fierce lightning strikes, and it exploded into pieces. Bang, bang, bang! Loud sounds rang out continuously, but Yen Xianhai sat in the center of the array, not moving at all. Sister Hong had a worried expression on her face, and Qin Feng also felt a little uncertain. This was the first time the two of them had seen the lightning tribulations of the Buddha light stage, and they did not expect it to be so powerful. Moreover, both of them realized a very serious problem. This was only the second wave of lightning tribulations. Earlier, Yen Xianhai had said that there would be a total of 3 waves of lightning tribulations, and each wave was stronger than the previous one. They didn't know if that compass would be able to withstand the third wave of lightning tribulations. Bookmark for easier reading. Chapter 1576. Father, can you hold on? Sister Hong started to worry. Mobile phones with no ads were the most efficient way to save data. But at this moment, the fierce and intense thunder and lightning suddenly disappeared, and even the dense dark clouds above their heads dissipated as if nothing had happened. Yen Xianhai's forehead was covered with a layer of cold sweat, but he didn't dare to let down his guard. He had broken through to the Buddha light realm once before, so he knew that the final lightning tribulation was the key to success. Seeing that her father didn't even have the time to reply, Sister Hong immediately shut her mouth and didn't dare to disturb him. Qin Feng didn't say anything and even controlled his breathing to be very weak. The 3 of them just sat quietly on the ground. At this moment, the wooden house had already exploded into nothingness. The compass that was suspended in midair was still there. But after waiting for a full 10 minutes, there was still no movement. Qin Feng and Sister Hong looked up. The sky was clear and didn't look like it was going to thunder at all. Could it be that this is my second breakthrough to the Buddha light realm, so there are only 2 lightning tribulations? Even Yen Xianhai was puzzled. But soon, he frowned because he knew that he hadn't broken through to the Buddha light realm, so the lightning tribulation definitely wasn't over. Rumble! Just when the 3 of them were puzzled, a loud sound exploded in the surroundings. The sound was even more intense than the previous 2, and they could even feel the earth shaking slightly. Before Yen Xianhai could react, a lightning bolt struck down. The huge compass that was suspended above the 3 of them suddenly exploded into pieces. Crackle! After the compass exploded, numerous lightning bolts landed on Yen Xianhai's body. Yen Xianhai opened his mouth and spat out a mouthful of blood. Father! Sister Hong ran over anxiously, but was pulled back by Qin Feng. Qin Feng realized that this was the third wave of lightning tribulation. With his and Sister Hong's realm, if they stepped into the sea of lightning, they would instantly turn into ashes. Yen Xianhai was about to stop his daughter, but seeing that Qin Feng had already stopped her, he immediately looked at Qin Feng with gratitude. This third wave of lightning tribulation was much more powerful than Yan Xianhai had imagined. He didn't even have time to stop the girl. Rumble! The sea of lightning descended, and the loud sound was earth-shattering. Yan Xianhai shouted, and a soft armor that glowed with pink light suddenly appeared on his body. Qin Feng could tell at a glance that this was a powder-grade spirit weapon, and it was a spirit armor that focused on defense. Qin Feng didn't expect the Buddha's light stage's lightning tribulation to be so powerful. It seemed like Yan Xianhai was prepared. However, the powder armor was useless against the third wave of lightning strikes. In just a few short breaths, cracks had appeared on it. Wait, the lightning tribulation this time is too powerful. You too, hurry up and leave. I can't hold on much longer. Seeing that the spiritual armor on his body was about to explode, Yan Xianhai revealed an incomparably serious expression. He had guessed the reason why the lightning tribulation was so powerful. It was probably related to his second breakthrough to the Buddha light realm. Both Qin Feng and Sister Hong sensed danger. Yan Xianhai's breakthrough this time would most likely fail. If it was just a simple failure to break through, it would still be manageable. However, looking at the current situation, Yan Xianhai was likely to be severely injured or even killed by the lightning tribulation. Rumble! The lightning that filled the sky did not care about Yan Xianhai's life or death, and continued to fall. The spirit armor on his body was covered in cracks like a tortoise shell. Suddenly, with a crisp sound, the pink defensive spirit armor was completely shattered by the lightning strike. Puff! Without the protection of the spirit armor, Yan Xianhai spat out a few mouthfuls of blood. He originally thought that with the help of the natal transformation pill and the spirit gathering formation, he would definitely be able to successfully break through to the Buddha light realm. However, he was startled. This was the second time he had broken through to the Buddha light realm, and the heavenly tribulation he triggered was several times stronger than the first time. Father! Sister Hong screamed in fright, and started to struggle in Qin Feng's arms with all her might. Quickly let go, I have to go save father. Qin Feng did not dare to let go. He knew that with Sister Hong's current realm, as long as she stepped into the center of the sea of lightning, she would instantly explode into pieces. Yan Xianhai realized that he wasn't going to make it. He ignored the lightning striking his body and yelled at Qin Feng. Young hero Qin, don't let Yan Er come in. If I really die, take care of Yan Er for me. Qin Feng was stunned. He did not know what Yan Xianhai meant by these words. Could it be that he was going to entrust Yan Er's life to him? However, now was not the time to think about these things. What Qin Feng needed to think about most was how to help Yan Xianhai successfully overcome the lightning tribulation. After Yan Xianhai stepped into the Buddha light realm, his development in Flower City would be more stable. Little pig, is there any way for the system to help Yan Xianhai overcome the lightning tribulation? Qin Feng hurriedly asked telepathically. Little pig replied. Master currently has a total of 135 million hedonist points, which is more than enough to help Yan Xianhai overcome the lightning tribulation. Even if Master does not spend any hedonist points, Master can use the golden shield to block the lightning tribulation. Qin Feng was stunned. He remembered that he only had 635,000 hedonist points left. How did it suddenly become 135 million? Also, what was the golden shield? Qin Feng did not remember that he had this spiritual weapon. Little Pig could read Qin Feng's thoughts. Without waiting for him to ask, it continued. Master, you previously collected the Hunyuan Sex secret technique Hunyuan 7 Blades, the Heavens equals Sex 1000 Thread Slash, and the Creation of Heaven and Earth Arts Creation chapter. These three are all high-grade martial skills and cultivation methods, which are in line with the system's Collect Supreme Martial Skills and Cultivation Methods mission. Collecting the Hunyuan 7 Blades will reward you 200,000 hedonist points and a gold-grade spiritual shield. Collecting the 1000 Thread Slash will reward you 300,000 hedonist points. The Creation chapter will reward you 1 million hedonist points and free access to the Star World interface. Qin Feng was enlightened. It was also because he had been busy running around and had to flee for his life after exposing the purple serene flame that he did not notice the rewards that the system had recently released. Seeing that his hedonist points had become 135 million, and he was rewarded with a gold-grade spiritual shield and the Star World interface, Qin Feng's heart was filled with excitement. Crackle! A muffled sound pulled Qin Feng back to reality. He saw a dozen or so lightning bolts striking down from the sky. Yan Xianhai's face was deathly pale, and his aura had weakened by more than half. It was obvious that he could not withstand this wave of lightning tribulation. Qin Feng, hurry! Hurry up and take Yan Er away from here! Yan Xianhai disregarded the falling lightning net and tried to persuade Qin Feng and Yan Xianhai at the most critical moment. Sister Hong would not leave. If she was not tightly held in Qin Feng's arms, she would have rushed into the sea of lightning to fight with her father. Rumble! The lightning bolts fell, and Yan Xianhai, who was struggling, froze in fear. She realized that her father would be heavily injured or even killed by this wave of lightning. But in the next moment, her beautiful eyes were filled with disbelief. A huge shield appeared in the sky. It shone with golden light like a bright moon. The lightning bolts all landed on the golden shield, and a deafening sound rang out. However, the golden shield only shook a few times, and it was not penetrated. Sister Hong and Yan Xianhai were stunned. They raised their heads and looked at the golden shield in confusion. But soon Yan Xianhai looked at Qin Feng and said, "Young hero Qin, is this your defensive spiritual weapon?" Yan Xianhai was shocked again and again by Qin Feng's actions. First, he was a pill king, then he was a rank 2 array master. He did not expect Qin Feng to take out a gold-grade defensive spiritual weapon. Even Yan Xianhai could not get his hands on such a high-grade spiritual weapon. The defensive compass he used before was only a magic weapon. It was not even a spiritual weapon. Yan Xianhai's strongest weapon was the pink spiritual armor that was destroyed not long ago. But Qin Feng casually took out a gold-grade spiritual shield. Rumble! The loud sounds continued, but Yan Xianhai and Sister Hong seemed to have forgotten about the lightning tribulation. The two's burning gazes made Qin Feng feel a little awkward. He raised his head and looked at the golden shield. His brows suddenly furrowed. Under the continuous attacks of the lightning bolts, there were actually some cracks on the surface of the golden shield. "City Lord Yan, my spiritual shield can't hold on much longer. Quickly think of a way to break through," Qin Feng said anxiously. He had just obtained this golden shield, and he did not want it to be broken just like that. Yan Xianhai suddenly woke up. Only then did he remember that he was still breaking through to the Buddha light realm. He also saw the cracks on the surface of the golden shield. He immediately collected his thoughts and entered the breakthrough state again. Rumble! The third wave of lightning tribulation was incomparably ferocious. If it wasn't for the golden shield blocking their heads, the three of them would have been blown to pieces by the sea of lightning. In the face of such a powerful heavenly tribulation, Sister Hong was completely helpless. She could only watch helplessly from the side. Qin Feng kept his eyes on the golden shield. He was thinking that if the golden shield really couldn't hold on until the end, he would put it back into the system when it was about to explode. That way, he could put it in the Million Treasure Pavilion to be nurtured and repaired in the future. "Master, the third wave of lightning tribulation is about to end. You can set up a few defensive formations to help reduce the burden on the golden shield," Little Pig suddenly said. Qin Feng suddenly woke up. He was too anxious and forgot that he still had the ability to set up formations. Qin Feng immediately busied himself. He quickly inserted array formation handprints into the spirit stones, and refined dozens of defensive array flags. Buzz! Waves of strange energy rippled out. Qin Feng set up a total of 3 defensive formations. Due to the urgency of the situation, these 3 defensive formations were the most ordinary defensive formations. However, Qin Feng was now comparable to a level 3 formation master. Even an ordinary defensive formation couldn't be underestimated. It could even block the all-out attack of a level 4 Holy King. The 3 defensive formations were stacked by Qin Feng. This time, the defensive effect was multiplied. The thunder in the sky didn't stop. However, the three of them could see that the ferocious lightning net had weakened a lot. The third wave of lightning tribulation was clearly about to retreat. Rumble! When the last dozen or so lightning bolts fell, the three defensive formations were instantly destroyed. However, the power of the remaining lightning bolts was greatly reduced. When they hit the golden shield, there wasn't much movement. However, an earth-shattering sound suddenly came from Yan Xianhai's body. His whole body seemed to have exploded. Waves of vital energy gushed out, pressuring Qin Feng and Sister Hong so much that they almost fainted. "Father, are you okay?" Sister Hong struggled to support her body. She was still worried about Yan Xianhai. A moment later, Yan Xianhai's surprised voice came from the rolling fog. "Yan Qin Feng, I've successfully stepped into the first change of Buddhist aura." The two of them were instantly happy. This breakthrough was really thrilling. However, Qin Feng was a little confused. This was the first time he came into contact with a Buddhist aura. He didn't understand what Yan Xianhai meant by the first change of Buddhist aura. Bookmark for easier reading. Chapter 1577. Just as Qin Feng was feeling puzzled, his eyes suddenly lit up. He looked at Yan Xianhai. At this moment, Yan Xianhai was sitting cross-legged, sorting out the chaotic aura in his body. His body was emitting a faint scarlet light, as if there was a sea of fire behind Yan Xianhai. Sister Hong also saw this situation, but she was much calmer than Qin Feng. She probably understood the reason for this scarlet light. "City Lord Yan, you successfully broke through? But what's with the scarlet light on your body?" Qin Feng couldn't help but ask. The scarlet light gave people the feeling that he had gone berserk. Yan Xianhai suddenly opened his eyes, and the aura on his body underwent a huge change. It became more stable and calm, like a bottomless abyss. He smiled at Qin Feng and said, "Qin Feng, don't worry. This is the sign of breaking through to the Buddha light realm. The Buddha light realm is like its name. Once you step into it, your body will transform into a protective Buddha light. The Buddha light realm has a total of 9 major realms, from 1 to 9 transformations. Every time you break through, your body will be protected by a layer of Buddha light. The colors of the Buddha light are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, and white." Yan Xianhai patiently explained to Qin Feng. He could see that Qin Feng didn't understand the realms above the Saint King realm. Qin Feng was shocked. He didn't expect the Buddha light realm to be so powerful. It could even produce a protective Buddha light. In the past, Qin Feng had thought that when he was still in the Saint King realm, if he encountered a Buddha light realm cultivator, would he be able to fight? Now that he felt the power of the scarlet Buddha light on Yan Xianhai's body, Qin Feng realized that this thought was absurd. After Yan Xianhai successfully broke through, he continued to stay in the wooden house to stabilize his realm. Qin Feng and Sister Hong were completely relieved. They didn't disturb Yan Xianhai anymore and left the wooden house. At this moment, all the cultivators in Flower City were shocked. Many people were discussing the great changes in the sky. What was that thunder just now? The sky was originally clear and boundless. Why would there suddenly be thunder and lightning? That is obviously a lightning tribulation. Moreover, it is very likely that only those who have stepped into the Buddha light realm can trigger 3 lightning tribulations. There were still many experienced and knowledgeable cultivators in Flower City. When someone saw the lightning tribulation, Flower City became even more excited. "Flower City has another senior who has stepped into the Buddha light realm? He's too powerful. I heard that only City Lord Yan is at the Buddha light realm. Now that another Buddha light realm cultivator has appeared, I reckon that the Flower City is about to undergo a huge change. 2 tigers cannot share one mountain. Sigh. I hope they don't fight. Otherwise, if these immortals fight, we mortals will suffer." As for Yan Xianhai's true cultivation level, other than a few people in the Yan clan, no one else knew about it. Therefore, when he stepped into the Buddha light realm again, the citizens of Flower City thought that a new Buddha light realm cultivator had appeared. Qin Fin and Sister Hong had already arrived at the pavilion. The girls were also frightened by the previous lightning tribulation, especially when they knew that Qin Fin was in the middle of it. Now that they saw Qin Feng appear safely, everyone breathed a sigh of relief and hurriedly gathered around him. Big Sister Hong, I'll have to trouble you to provide us with a place to stay. Also, about my pill store. Qin Feng got down to business. Sister Hong's attitude towards Qin Feng had undergone a drastic change. She even looked at him dubiously. Don't worry, little brother Qin Feng. I'll arrange for the servants to prepare a good place for you. I guarantee that you'll be satisfied. After saying that, Sister Hong left. The girls looked at Qin Feng meaningfully, while Lu Jie and the other men were full of admiration. Not long ago, Sister Hong was cold and indifferent towards Qin Feng. Who would have thought that after a few hours Sister Hong would act like a little girl? This young Master Qin's way of picking up girls was too superb. Sister Hong was very efficient. In the afternoon, she had already prepared a piece of land for Qin Feng. When Qin Feng brought everyone over, he was very happy. It was an entire street of shops opposite the Flower City auction house. There were more than 20 shops in the row. Behind the shops was a huge courtyard that was thousands of square meters. It was many times bigger than their previous base in Luo City. Everyone was very satisfied with this place. Such a large piece of land was enough to show Sister Hong's sincerity. Moreover, Sister Hong gave the land to Qin Feng for free. She didn't charge him a single cent. Moreover, the street where the auction house was located was one of the busiest streets in Flower City. This piece of land was roughly worth tens of millions of high-grade spirit stones. Qin Feng didn't exchange pleasantries with Sister Hong. He knew that helping Yan Xianhai successfully break through to the Buddha light realm was definitely worth more than 10 million high-grade spirit stones. If he didn't take out the golden shield and set up the spirit gathering formation and defense formation, Yan Xianhai would have died. In the following week, everyone was busy cleaning up the shops. A new base was formed. However, Qin Feng didn't name it Saint Medic or Divine Weapon Hall. Because he had revealed the purple flame, he had to hide from many forces. He had also revealed the name Saint Medic at the Elixir Conference. In the end, Qin Feng merged the Elixir Store and the Smithing Store into one name. It was called the China Chamber of Commerce. The reason for this name was because Qin Feng knew that regardless of whether it was people from the secular world or the divine land, they all knew of China's existence. When they heard the name of the China Chamber of Commerce, they would definitely come looking for it. After staying in the divine land for so long, Qin Feng realized that this place seemed to be separated from Earth. This was because no one here knew of China. On the opening day, the China Chamber of Commerce's business was exceptionally good. This was all thanks to Sister Hong's strong support. At the same time, it was also because the medicine and weapons sold by the China Chamber of Commerce were of high quality and low price. With the Yan family as his backing, Qin Feng didn't have to worry about the China Chamber of Commerce for the time being. When he saw that the Chamber of Commerce was on the right track, he went into seclusion. This time, Qin Feng was trying to break through to the next realm. When he realized how powerful the Buddha light realm was, his desire to break through became even stronger. At the same time, he wanted to study the system's new reward, the Golden Shield, and the astral world. Ever since he entered the divine land, Qin Feng had been breaking through day and night and running for his life. He didn't even have time to study the system. Qin Feng sent his consciousness into the hedonist sovereign system, and the little pig excitedly jumped onto his shoulder, scratching his face with its pink paws. Master, you haven't played with little pig for a long time. Qin Feng patted its chubby head. Your master almost died a few times, but I still played with you. Tell me about the Golden Shield and the astral world. Little pig pouted, but it quickly became serious. Master, the Golden Shield is a great sage gold-grade defensive shield. It's the same series of equipment as the Golden Phoenix, Golden Whirlwind Wheel, and Golden Rock Celestial Sovereign Armor. As for the astral world, that's the real deal. Master, you've struck gold this time. When Little Pig talked about the astral world, its eyes lit up. Qin Feng's interest was piqued. What's the astral world for? Little Pig said. The astral world is on the same level as the astral beast world. It's a different planet's plane. Through cultivation, the astral world can produce a new plane. Currently, only Master can enter this plane. However, when Master is strong enough, he can even fuse the astral world with the divine land, just like how China merged with other planes. Little Pig's words were very mysterious. Qin Feng was shocked. He made a simple analysis. According to Little Pig, if he could use the astral world to create a new continent, then he would be like the god of creation. Moreover, Qin Feng knew that the astral world was different from the immortal island. The immortal island was only a plane where the system activated the teleportation formation, and that plane already existed. However, the astral world was a new plane. Qin Feng had to cultivate and expand it himself. Qin Feng realized how powerful the astral world was. It was in existence on the same level as the astral beast world. The astral beast world was a reward for Qin Feng to become a rank 8 hedonist mortal, but he couldn't use hedonist points to unlock it. However, when Qin Feng excitedly entered the astral world, his face immediately darkened. This was a dark world that was only 100 square meters in size. It was shrouded in a layer of wonton, and there wasn't even a speck of light. The darkness seemed to be the end of the world. Qin Feng couldn't see through the darkness even after using the talisman of clairvoyance. Little Pig, are you messing with me again? How big is this place? Creating a world? Qin Feng complained. Little Pig laughed. Don't worry, Master. This is only the initial state of the astral world. If we cultivate it, we can create a plane even bigger than China. Qin Feng couldn't compare the 100 square meters of dark space in front of him to China. Although China wasn't as big as China or the Divine Land, it wasn't small. How do we cultivate the astral world? Qin Feng asked. It's very simple, Master. Little Pig said excitedly. As long as the astral world absorbs spiritual energy, it will automatically expand. The more spiritual energy it absorbs, the bigger the area it will form. Qin Feng rolled his eyes. Little Pig's explanation seemed simple. As long as Qin Feng threw spirit stones into the astral world, he could cultivate this plane. However, Qin Feng thought even further. If he wanted to cultivate a plane as big as China, how many high-grade spirit stones would he need? Spirit stones were one of the main materials to speed up breakthroughs. They were also indispensable in setting up formations, refining pills, and forging weapons. Qin Feng couldn't use all the spirit stones to cultivate the astral world and delay his own cultivation, right? Little Pig could read his mind and immediately explained. Master's worries are completely unnecessary. When you throw spirit stones into the astral world to cultivate, the spiritual energy in the spirit stones won't disappear into thin air. This spiritual energy will fill the astral world, which is equivalent to increasing the density of the spiritual energy in the astral world. Qin Feng's eyes lit up. If that was the case, he could try cultivating the astral world. He took out nearly 10,000 high-grade spirit stones from the Emerald Spirit Ring. When the spirit stones were thrown into the astral world, they immediately turned into ripples of spiritual energy. The 10,000 spirit stones seemed to disappear in an instant, but Qin Feng found that the space in the astral world had doubled. It was now more than 200 square meters. Moreover, the astral world originally didn't have a trace of spiritual energy, but now it was as dense as the Divine Land. The Divine Land's spiritual energy was much thinner than the Divine Land's. However, Qin Feng was extremely happy. He had only thrown 10,000 high-grade spirit stones, but the density of the spiritual energy in the astral world was comparable to the Divine Land. If he threw more spirit stones in, the density of the spiritual energy in the astral world would definitely increase exponentially. P.S. Chapter 2 will be updated tomorrow. Bookmark for easier reading. Chapter 1578. After Qin Feng understood the cultivation method and effects of the astral boundary, he looked at the 12 million high-grade spirit stones in his storage ring. These were the spirit stones he got from selling the flying sword and the golden sage pill at the Flower City auction. Qin Fan took out the 10 million high-grade spirit stones. Instantly, the astral boundary shook violently, as if the sky was falling and the earth was cracking. The density of the spirit chi in the surroundings instantly increased by tens of times. The dense spirit chi seemed to condense into a solid substance, and one could see purple gas floating in the darkness. Rumble! Qin Fan waved his hand and placed the purple flame in the center of the astral boundary. The faint purple light illuminated the surroundings, and gradually, the darkness dissipated, as if it was daytime. Qin Fan looked around. The space of the astral boundary was rapidly expanding at a speed visible to the naked eye, and the 10 million high-grade spirit stones were also rapidly dissipating, all turning into spiritual energy that filled the space. Half an hour later, all the spirit stones had disappeared, and the astral boundary, which was originally only 200 square meters, was now vast and spectacular. It was more than 10,000 square meters. In the sky above the astral boundary, countless purple flame sparks flickered, illuminating the dark space as if it was daytime. When Qin Fan sensed the density of the spirit chi in the surroundings, he found that the spirit chi here was even denser than in Flower City. Although he had spent 10 million high-grade spirit stones, Qin Fan was still very satisfied with the results. Flower City was a slightly famous cultivation city in the northern sand continent, and the density of the spirit chi was much denser than in a small place like Luo City. Qin Fan was planning that after he collected more spirit stones, he could make the astral boundary into a cultivation sanctuary that surpassed any place in the northern sand continent. After some time, Qin Fan calmed down. He did not throw the remaining 2 million spirit stones into the astral boundary. Firstly, 2 million spirit stones would not be of much use, and secondly, he needed to keep some spirit stones for emergencies. Qin Fan sat cross-legged in the astral boundary and began to look at the other functions of the hedonist sovereign system. Now that he had 135 million hedonist points, he could do a lot of things. Master, since you came to the Divine Supreme Mainland, many of the products in the astral boundary can no longer satisfy Master's needs. I suggest Master upgrade the interface, Little Pig said. Qin Fan had long realized this problem. Back in the Divine Land, he had been able to use the interface of star technology, and the heroes of the Palace of Heroes to gain a foothold. However, there were too many venerables in the Divine Continent. The lowest cultivation level was the Immortal Chi realm, and the Saint King realm was the lowest existence here. As for the Buddhist Light realm, the True Spirit realm, or even the Nihility God realm, Qin Fan didn't dare to think about it. He checked the system carefully. Right now, the strongest hero in the Hall of Heroes was still Canon Huangzhong, but he was only at the 5th stage of Immortal Chi. Huangzhong had broken through by himself. As for StarTech's strongest mech, it was still the White Phoenix mech. However, the White Phoenix mech's power was only enough to deal with true Chi stage cultivators. In front of an Immortal Chi stage expert, it was like a toy. As for the Star Beast interface that was opened later, it was quite powerful. However, Qin Fan only had a rank 1 Star Beast, Asla, whose strength was about the same as Canon Huangzhong. Then, Qin Fan thought of the Destroyer hunting pincer. This was a level 9 astral beast. Unfortunately, it was still in its initial form. Even though it had devoured the dantians of several cultivators, it had only grown to the size of a fingernail. Qin Fan realized that he really needed to upgrade some of the interface in the system. He had his eyes on the Star Tech interface, the Star Beast interface, and the Hall of Heroes. However, the Hall of Heroes and the Star Beast interface could not be upgraded. These two interfaces mainly divided the levels of heroes and Star Beasts. The Hall of Heroes were from elementary, intermediate, advanced, super, and sovereign. The Star Beasts were from rank 1 to rank 9. Currently, Qin Fan was facing Saint King realm, or even Buddha Light realm enemies. If he wanted to buy a hero, it had to be a high-rank hero. However, that high-rank hero was too expensive. Qin Fan's current 2 million hedonist points were not enough to squander. If he wanted to buy a Star Beast, it had to be at least a rank 3 Star Beast. The price was also ridiculously high. After some analysis, Qin Feng felt a little depressed. In the end, his gaze fell on the StarTech interface. Right now, the best thing to do was to upgrade the interface. Originally, StarTech was at the initial interface, also known as StarTech. StarTech had a total of 9 levels of upgrading. From StarTech to StarTech, Qin Feng did not think too far ahead. He mainly looked at the interface, which required 500,000 hedonist points to upgrade from StarTech to StarTech. And upgrading from StarTech to StarTech required 1 million hedonist points. The StarTech was called Star Soul Technology Interface, while the Star Saint Technology Interface was called Star Saint Technology Interface. After Qin Feng understood the situation, he moved his mind. A system notification sounded in his mind. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for spending 500,000 hedonist points to upgrade to Star Soul Technology Interface. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for spending 1 million hedonist points to upgrade to Star Saint Technology Interface. Host Qin Feng's total hedonist points, 635,000. At the same time as the system notification sounded, StarTech's interface changed. 10 minutes later, the originally gray console became flashing with a golden light. The console became bigger, and the details became much more refined. Most importantly, there were many new products on the light screen that had appeared in the void, and in front of the names of these products, there was a Star Sage rune. Ding! Host has successfully upgraded StarTech's interface. You have been awarded a Star Saint Technology lottery ticket. The system notification sounded again. Qin Feng had already scanned through the products on Star Saint Technology's interface. The cheapest one cost more than 500,000 hedonist points, and he couldn't even buy a single product with his remaining hedonist points. This was a bit embarrassing. Luckily, the system had rewarded him with a lottery ticket. Qin Feng was tempted. Draw. Qin Feng moved his mind, and the Star Saint Technology lottery ticket disappeared. A ray of black light suddenly shot out from Star Saint Technology's interface, giving Qin Feng and the others a strong sense of danger. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for drawing Star Saint, 1,000-threaded lightning net. The system notification sounded. Crackle! Following this, a wave of thunder rang out. The palm-sized Star Saint, 1,000-threaded lightning net suddenly flew into the sky and instantly became an inescapable net. The dense net was like a spider's web, and it flickered with a mysterious black light. The black light leaped and flowed on the net. It was actually streaks of black lightning. Even though Qin Feng was hundreds of meters away from the net, he could feel the power of the lightning net. If someone was trapped by the lightning net, no one under the Buddhist light stage would be able to escape. Master, you're quite lucky. This Star Saint, 1,000-threaded lightning net is sold for 3 million hedonist points, and it has the effect of restraining lightning. The 1,000-threaded lightning net was made from special materials, and it's 10-fold stronger than the silk armor on Earth. Even Master's galaxy flying sword would find it difficult to cut through the 1,000-threaded lightning net. After hearing Little Pig's introduction, Qin Feng was even more shocked. He knew how sharp the galaxy flying sword was. Not only could this flying sword fly, but it was also an offensive weapon. It was many times stronger than normal flying swords on the Divine Supreme Continent. Whoosh! Qin Feng moved his mind, and a pink light flashed and instantly pierced into the black net in the sky. The flying sword shot out hundreds of sharp sword lights, but the sword chi was unable to cut through the black net. It didn't even leave a mark. Crackle! After being attacked, the Star Saint, 1,000-threaded lightning net's black light suddenly exploded, and the sound of thunder was deafening. Master, hurry and call back the flying sword. Otherwise, it'll be destroyed by the lightning. Little Pig hurriedly shouted. Qin Feng was already on the move. The flying sword was like a meteor, leaving behind a pink light as it returned to Qin Feng's hand. Only then did the black light gradually recede, and everything returned to normal. However, Qin Feng couldn't calm down. He had already realized the power of the Star Saint, 1,000-threaded lightning net. He even wondered if Yan Xianhai, who had just stepped into the Buddha light stage, could break free from the 1,000-threaded lightning net? Master, you can upgrade the level of the formation, Little Pig reminded him. Qin Feng slightly calmed down. He first put the Star Saint, 1,000-threaded lightning net back into the system. This thing was too powerful, and it had already become his strongest trump card. On the Divine Supreme Continent, alchemists, blacksmiths, and formation masters were all extremely rare existences. Formation masters were even rarer. When Qin Feng was in China's secular world, he had studied formations quite a bit. When he first entered the inner hidden sect to find the concealment formation, he then set up the Spirit Gathering formation and the Sea Heart formation in Hero City. Then he went to the Divine Supreme Continent to set up the defense formation, and so on. Since formation masters were very popular on the Divine Supreme Continent, Qin Feng naturally wouldn't give up on studying formations. He checked the system. Formation masters were divided into 9 levels. From level 1 formation master to level 9 formation master. Level 1 formations used the 5 elements as the foundation. The 5 elements formation that Qin Feng obtained back then introduced the rules of the 5 elements in detail. Level 2 formations used the elements of yin and yang. Qin Feng had learned the yin-yang formation before, so he was now proficient in the rules of yin and yang. When level 3 formations were set up, they needed to follow the rules of heaven and earth. This was also in line with Qin Feng's current heaven and earth formation. After understanding the situation of formations, Qin Feng realized that he was now a level 3 formation master. Thus, he spent another 100,000 hedonist points to upgrade the heaven and earth formation to the universe formation. Ding! Host has spent 10 hedonist points and successfully purchased the universe formation. Total hedonist points, 535,000 hedonist points. The system notification sounded, and a majestic amount of information flowed into Qin Feng's mind. He felt like his head was about to explode. After a whole 10 minutes, Qin Feng's mind slowly calmed down. When he searched for information about formations, pieces of profound and ancient memories flowed into his mind. After studying for a while, Qin Feng realized that the universe formation couldn't be bought and learned. He had to learn it by setting up formations himself. This set of ancient books recorded many formations that Qin Feng had never heard of before. For example, the space separation formation, the spirit binding formation, the beast trapping formation, and so on. Chapter 1579. Qin Feng entered the astral space. The spirit chi here was already denser than in Flower City, and his cultivation speed here was faster than outside. Qin Feng also arranged a level 3 spirit gathering array, making the spirit chi around him even denser. Cultivation was timeless. In the blink of an eye, a month passed. Qin Feng stayed in the astral space, seeking a breakthrough. With the help of abundant spirit chi and various pills, he successfully stepped into the 5th stage Saint King realm. When Qin Feng came outside, he found that the China Chamber of Commerce had changed greatly. Although there were many customers in the shop at the beginning, it was now bustling with activity. Hey! You sold fake pills and still want to act shamelessly? Do you think the people of Broken Hung Mountain are easy to bully? In the bustling shop, a group of men in black robes was shouting. There were 5 people in this group, 3 of which were young disciples in their 30s, but they were all Saint King realm masters. There were also 2 old men. The younger one was shouting at Lin Bei Bei, while the other old man stood to the side with his hands behind his back, looking fearless. The quarrel here attracted many customers in the shop to watch. Lin Bei Bei was an introverted person, so she became even more nervous after being surrounded by the crowd. She grabbed the hem of her dress and said, "Senior, are you mistaken? The pills sold by our China Chamber of Commerce are definitely not inferior. We promised to pay 10 times the price for fake pills." Although Lin Bei Bei's attitude was very sincere, the little old man completely pretended not to see it, and shouted with a bad attitude. "Humph! You're talking so much just to renege on your promise. You even said to pay 10 times the price for fake pills. Why don't you pay?" Lin Bei Bei braced herself and said, Then show me the proof of buying pills. Even if you want to pay, you should know what pills you bought, right? Panic flashed through the eyes of the 5 people from Broken Hung Mountain. How could they show any proof? Because they had never bought pills from China Chamber of Commerce. These people came to China Chamber of Commerce to make trouble because they were from the 4-star sect, Broken Hung Mountain, hoping to gain some benefits. Moreover, China Chamber of Commerce had just opened, and these 5 people had just arrived in Flower City, so they did not understand the situation. They did not put this small Chamber of Commerce in their eyes at all. Stinking bitch, who would carry the proof of purchasing pills on them for no reason? Last night, we bought a bottle of 5 flavor pills from you. In the end, when we went back and took it, we found out that it was a fake pill. It almost caused our great elder to go berserk. If the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce doesn't give us an explanation, I, Ku Xing, will not let you off easily. After the man announced his name, there were some discussions among the onlookers. So it's Wu Ku Xing of Broken Hung Mountain. I heard that he's also a young elder of the Broken Hung Mountain and has already stepped into the 3rd level of the Saint King realm. I know this person. His reputation has always been bad, and he often bullies people. This Huaxia Chamber of Commerce is really unlucky to have encountered such scoundrels. Junior brother, don't say too much. If his words reach his ears, we'll all be doomed. Everyone disliked my ascetic way of doing things, but no one dared to stand out to uphold justice. Putting aside the fact that Ku Xing was already a 3rd-level holy king, the old man standing beside him was even more unfathomable. Lin Bei also realized that the other party was looking for trouble because the 5 flavor pills were sold out at noon yesterday. When these people said that they were here to buy the 5 flavor pills, it was obviously a lie. As for the 5 flavor pills, it was a type of 5th-grade spirit pill that could help late-stage Immortal Chi realm cultivators break through faster. A bottle of 5 flavor pills was not very expensive. In the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce, it sold for 50,000 high-grade spirit stones. But according to the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce's slogan of 1 compensation for 10 fake pills, 10 bottles would cost 500,000 high-grade spirit stones. Lin Bei was so anxious that her head was covered in sweat. She knew that Qin Feng was very rich now and that 500,000 high-grade spirit stones was not much. But these people were obviously looking for trouble. She did not want to give 500,000 spirit stones to these bad people for nothing. Since that's the case, I'll compensate you with a bottle of 5 flavor pills. After some hesitation, Lin Bei made a decision. Even though she was unwilling, she had to compromise for the sake of the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce's continued development. But she heard Wu Ku Xing scolding. Stupid woman, what kind of joke is this? You sold fake pills and almost caused my senior brother to go berserk, and you're just going to compensate us with a bottle of 5 flavor pills? Do you think we're beggars? Lin Bei clenched her fists in anger. Don't be fooled by her weak appearance. She had already stepped into the 6th stage of the immortal energy realm. However, Lin Bei knew that she was no match for Wu Ku Xing. She even felt that Zhao Lingxian and Su Ruoro would not be able to defeat this person in front of her. Then what do you want? Lin Bei asked unhappily. An evil smile flashed in Wu Ku Xing's eyes. He had pretended to be domineering in order to test the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce's strength. If the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce was very domineering, they could just leave. However, seeing Lin Bei continuously retreating, Wu Ku Xing and the others knew that the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce was complete trash. Humph! You still have the nerve to ask me what I want. Your Huaxia Chamber of Commerce's signboard clearly states that 1 compensation for 1 compensation is 10. I won't make things difficult for you. Immediately compensate me with 10 bottles of 5 flavor pills, or give me 500,000 high-grade spirit stones, and I'll pretend this never happened. You're dreaming! Lin Bei couldn't take it anymore and angrily pointed at Wu Ku Xing. Wu Ku Xing was instantly enraged. He was the dignified little elder of Broken Hung Mountain. How could he be reprimanded by a silly little girl? Smelly woman, I see that you're refusing a toast only to be forced to drink a forfeit. Let me teach you a lesson. An evil smile flashed in Wu Kuxing's eyes as he suddenly reached out to grab Lin Beibei's chest. Lin Beibei was so scared that she cried out. She tried to dodge Wu Kuxing's attack, but found that no matter where she went, Wu Kuxing could lock onto where she retreated. The onlookers shook their heads and sighed. Everyone often bought pills from the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce, so they were very satisfied with the quality, price, and service. Now that they saw Lin Beibei being bullied, many people were infuriated. However, in the end, no one dared to stand out. After all, no one was willing to offend a 4-star sect. Lin Beibei retreated halfway and suddenly fell into a man's embrace. She was so anxious that she was about to cry. When she raised her head, she actually started crying. Woo woo! Qin Feng, they're bullying me! The instant Lin Beibei saw Qin Feng, the grievances in her heart flowed out like a spring. Qin Feng had seen everything that had just happened. He held Lin Beibei in his arms and looked coldly at Wu Kuxing. I haven't settled the score with you for the auction at Flower City, and you still dare to cause trouble at my Huaxia Pharmaceuticals. Qin Feng recognized Wu Kuxing. At the auction at Flower City, Wu Kuxing and Qi Ho, the young elder of the Equal Heaven sect, were bidding for his flying sword. After the auction ended, a few groups of people followed Qin Feng. Wu Kuxing was one of them. After that, Qin Feng managed to shake off everyone's pursuit. On the way back, he met Qi Ho and killed him. Wu Kuxing was stunned. Suddenly, his eyes flashed. He also recognized Qin Feng. This brat was rich. He, ascetic practice, had even started to plan to kill him and steal his wealth. Hee hee! So this Huaxia Chamber of Commerce was opened by you. That's good. I know you're rich. How do you think we should deal with this? If you don't give me a satisfactory compensation, our Broken Hung Mountain won't let you off. I, ascetic practice, brought out his backer. In the northern sand continent, where spiritual energy was sparse, there were no 8 or 9-star sects. Even 5-star sects were pitifully rare. A 4-star sect like the Broken Hung Mountain was considered a relatively powerful existence. Normally, they would have a Buddhist Radiant sect master and many peak saint ruler grand elders watching over them. At this moment, Han Ying, Lu Jie and the rest rushed over. After knowing the reason, Lu Jie and Yun Zhe were so angry that they wanted to fight. However, Qin Feng stopped them. He didn't care about Wu Kuxing. Instead, he secretly observed the old man standing at the side. That person's aura was strong and stable. He was actually a level 7 Saint King expert. However, Qin Feng had just broken through to level 5 Saint King and had the Star Sage 1000 Silk Lightning Net. He wasn't afraid of a level 7 Saint King. Brat, have you thought about how you're going to compensate us? Hurry up and talk. Don't waste our precious time. Wu Kuxing was getting impatient. Qin Feng looked at him indifferently and said, I've thought about it. Wu Kuxing smiled playfully. Heh! At least you know what's good for you. Let me tell you, you have to compensate at least 5 million high-grade spirit stones. If you don't pay this amount, you're Huaxia. Wu Kuxing had attended the auction in Huaqing not long ago. He knew that Qin Feng was very rich. Thus, he immediately raised the original 500,000 to 5 million. However, he was interrupted by Qin Feng. I want you to apologize to Lin Beibei and everyone in the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce. Since you said 5 million spirit stones, then you have to compensate me another 5 million as compensation for the damage to my reputation. As long as you can do this, I can spare your lives. Qin Feng's voice was so powerful that everyone was stunned. Wu Kuxing and the rest stared at him as if they were looking at an idiot. Even Lin Beibei and the rest had their mouths wide open. They didn't expect Qin Feng to be so domineering. Ha ha! You really don't know your place. Do you really think you can go against us? There's no need for Great Elder Wu Zun behind me to do anything. I can kill you all by myself. Wu Kuxing didn't care about Qin Feng and the rest at all. He had already checked. Among Lin Beibei and the rest, only 2 were first-level Saint Kings. The rest were just ants in the immortal Qi realm. As for Qin Feng's strength, he couldn't see through it. But seeing that Qin Feng was young, he couldn't be that powerful. Even if he couldn't defeat Qin Feng, he still had great Elder Wu Zun's support. This was a 7th level Saint King expert. Why would he be afraid of Qin Feng and the rest? Oh? So you don't agree to my suggestion? Qin Feng didn't seem to hear Wu Kuxing's words and looked at him coldly. Wu Kuxing's expression turned cold. He was about to attack when Wu Zun shouted, "Junior Kuxing, don't be impatient. After all, this is watching, bookmark for easier reading." Chapter 1580. Kuxing glared at Qin Feng fiercely. Mobile phones were the most efficient and had no advertisements. He understood the meaning behind Wu Zun's words. This was Flower City, Yan Clan's territory. It was said that Yan Xianhai was a Buddha Light Realm expert. If they caused trouble in Flower City, it would be hard to explain to Yan Xianhai. They didn't know about Qin Feng's relationship with Yan Xianhai and Yan Baoming. Otherwise, they wouldn't have come to China Chamber of Commerce to cause trouble. "Little friend, this isn't a good place to talk. Can you come with us to a quieter place? Let's sit down and have a cup of tea to talk about this." Wu Zun looked at Qin Feng with a kind smile, as if they were good friends of many years. Lin Bei and the rest were confused. They even felt that Wu Zun could distinguish right from wrong. However, Qin Feng sneered in his heart. He had already seen the dense killing intent in Wu Zun's eyes. "All right, lead the way." Qin Feng agreed without any hesitation. This action caused Wu Zun to be stunned. To be able to become the great elder of Broken Hung Mountain and step into level 7 Saint King, it was clear that Wu Zun was not an ordinary person. He also thought that Qin Feng was being petty. However, when he saw through Qin Feng's realm, the apprehension in his heart instantly disappeared. Hee! Young hero is indeed a straightforward person. Then, please. Wu Zun didn't waste any time and turned to leave. The 3 young disciples followed him out. Kuxing stood in the room and didn't leave. He kept staring at Qin Feng, as if he was afraid that Qin Feng would run away. "Qin Feng, you better not go." The girls had already surrounded him. Although they felt that Wu Zun didn't seem like a bad person, they were worried that Qin Feng would be at a disadvantage if he went out. Many enthusiastic onlookers secretly shook their heads at Qin Feng, telling him not to follow. However, Qin Feng acted as if he didn't see it. He said to the girls, "Don't worry. I will be back soon. Close the shop before I come back. Zhou Tian, bring some people to protect everyone." Qin Feng said a few words and followed them out. Currently, Zhou Tian and the rest had the highest realm in China Chamber of Commerce. They were originally odd job disciples of Hun Yuan sect and were originally at level 4 or 5 Immortal Qi realm. After following Qin Feng, they had all kinds of pills to assist their cultivation. A few of them had already stepped into Saint King realm. Once Qin Feng left, everyone became anxious. The customers consciously left the shop, but they talked as they walked. "Sigh. Young swordsman Qin is an upright and fair person. I quite admire him. What a pity, what a pity! Just now, I tried to persuade him secretly, but he pretended not to see it. I don't know what he was thinking. The people of the Broken Cliff Mountain have always been vicious and merciless." That first elder called Wu Zun is a 7th stage Saint King. Young hero Qin will be in danger this time. When someone mentioned how powerful his honor was, the sighs became even more intense. Lin Bei and the others were so frightened that they hurriedly chased after them. However, they discovered that they had already lost sight of Qin Feng, Wu Zun, and the others. At this moment, they had already arrived at a desolate area on the outskirts of Flower City. Wu Zun, who was in the midst of rushing over, suddenly stopped in his tracks. When he turned around, the amiable expression on his face had long disappeared, and he stared coldly at Qin Feng. "Eh? Have we arrived? Didn't you say you were going to treat me to tea?" Qin Feng pretended to be confused. Wu Zun's lips curled into a cold smile, while Wu Kuxing laughed out loud. "Ha ha! You idiot, did you really think we would treat you to tea? You're not retarded, are you? Qin Feng didn't care about Wu Kuxing's mockery, and said in an even more serious tone, Aren't you treating me to tea? Then what do you guys want? The five of them were amused by Qin Feng's silly look, and they convulsed with laughter. Even Wu Zun couldn't help but laugh a few times. He was originally worried that Qin Feng would play some tricks, but now it seemed that he had completely overestimated this kid. But when he thought about it, Qin Feng looked like he was only in his early 20s. How could this wild kid who hadn't even grown his hair be shrewd? Kid, I heard from my junior that you have many treasures and spirit stones on you. As long as you obediently hand over your storage ring, this old man can spare your worthless life. Wu Zun, a 7th-stage Saint King, couldn't be bothered to talk nonsense with Qin Feng, and went straight to the point. Qin Feng found it funny, but he pretended to be nervous. What? You guys actually have designs on my storage ring? So you guys are a bunch of beasts with human faces. Wu Kuxing couldn't stop laughing, as if Qin Feng was praising him. Haha. Kid, you really make me laugh to death. The Divine Supreme Continent respects martial arts, and you deserve to be bullied because of your low strength. Why do you have so much nonsense to say? The 3 disciples also jumped out. Hurry up and hand over your storage ring, or else the 3 of us will cripple you. Qin Feng glanced at the 3 disciples. One of them was a 2nd-stage Saint King, and the other 2 were 1st-stage Saint Kings. This kind of trash could be instantly killed by Qin Feng, and they still had the nerve to jump out and act tough. Qin Feng wasn't in a hurry to make a move. If Wu Zun wasn't here today, he wouldn't have followed them to this desolate place, and he would have already killed the 4 of them in the Huaxia Chamber of Commerce. But because of Wu Zun's appearance, Qin Feng had no choice but to be cautious. This was a 7th-stage Saint King expert. But Qin Feng wasn't afraid of Wu Zun, or else he wouldn't have followed them here alone. He had just broken through to 5th-stage Saint King, and he still had the Star Saint Thousand Silk Lightning Net, so he wanted to find a strong opponent to practice with. But there were 5 of them now, which was a little tricky for Qin Feng. He already had a plan in his heart. He had to kill the other 4 instantly, or it would be very difficult for him to win. What if I don't hand over my storage ring? Qin Feng pretended to insist. Wu Kuxing's face turned cold, and he roared. Stinking brat, if you don't cooperate with us, only death awaits you. Qin Feng was amused. He knew that even if he obediently handed over his storage ring, with the morals of Wu Kuxing and the others, how could they possibly spare his life? But after some hesitation, Qin Feng said, All right, I believe you. No matter what, you are still people from a 4-star sect, so you definitely won't go back on your words. Wu Kuxing and the others held back their laughter, and Wu Zun said seriously, Don't worry, this old man can guarantee with my integrity that as long as you hand over your storage ring, I will spare your life. Qin Feng cursed this old man in his heart for being so shameless. He even had the nerve to mention his integrity. Do you even have such a thing as integrity? All right. I'll give you the storage ring. Qin Feng waved his hand, and the star ring on his finger flew into the sky. Wu Kuxing and the other 3 disciples' eyes instantly lit up, and they chased after the star ring. Wu Zun frowned, and he suddenly felt a little strange. Why did Qin Feng throw the storage ring so far away? It was as if he was purposely luring Wu Kuxing and the others away. But before he could figure it out, Qin Feng shouted, Wu Zun, I have 2 storage rings, and this ring is the main one. I'll give it to you now, and you promise to let me go. Qin Feng waved his hand, and the emerald spirit ring flew in another direction. Wu Zun was pleasantly surprised, and he didn't think too much about it, and chased after the emerald spirit ring. Bookmark, easier to read. Chapter 1581. In just a few breaths, the 4 of them were hundreds of meters away from Wu Zun. By then, Wu Zun had already caught the star ring that Qin Feng had thrown out. When he was about to check the treasures in the star ring, he found that the storage ring was sealed. Something's wrong. This kid is cheating. Wu Zun was a cunning old man. He quickly realized that something was wrong. However, when he looked at Wu Zun and the others, his eyeballs fell to the ground. Rumble! A series of loud noises came from afar. Qin Fen was wearing golden armor and holding a dazzling golden phoenix long sword. The long sword slashed towards the sky. It was as if the aura in the air was split in half. This was a sneak attack. He did not hold back at all. A violent aura exploded in the sky. The 3 level 1 and level 2 Saint King disciples could not withstand a single blow. They were turned into ashes in the explosion. Rumble! The loud noises did not stop. Wu Zun reacted quickly. He realized that something was wrong the moment he got the Jade Spirit Ring. He immediately turned around and flew towards Wu Zun without thinking. However, he was blown away by the aftershock of the sword chi. Brat, how dare you play dirty? I think you must be tired of living. Although he was injured, Wu Zun was not afraid at all. Instead, he looked angry. He realized that Qin Fen's cultivation level was high. It was even higher than his. However, he had a level 7 Saint King expert on his side. Ha! You can't see the situation clearly before you die. It's a waste of air for people like you to live. Qin Fen leaped above Wu Zun's head. The golden phoenix in his hand was about to fall. However, Wu Zun had already arrived. He struck several palms in the air. Qin Fen knew that Wu Zun was a level 7 Saint King. He had overestimated Wu Zun's strength. However, when Wu Zun attacked, Qin Fen realized that he had underestimated Wu Zun. Wu Zun's speed and reaction were too fast. He had returned in a few breaths. Qin Fen hovered in the air. He was obviously going to kill Wu Zun. However, he suddenly changed his direction and slashed towards Wu Zun. Crackle! The weather changed. Thunder rumbled in the air. Qin Fen did not hold back. He slashed out the 5th form of the mixed origins 7 blades. Back when he was fighting with Chi Ho of the Equal Heaven sect, he tried to use the mixed elements 7 sabers for the first time. At that time, he had already grasped the basics of thunder bursts, but the lightning he struck out was only as thick as a toothpick. Now that he had broken through to the 5th level of the Saint King realm and studied the mantra of the mixed elements 7 swords, the sky was filled with flashes of lightning that were as thick as a thumb. Wu Zun stopped moving and frowned as he looked at the sky full of lightning strikes. Although the lightning attack wasn't strong, he didn't dare to underestimate it. However, when Qin Fen attacked Wu Zun, Wu ascetic practice found an opening. A cold smile flashed in his eyes. Suddenly, he leaped into the air and took out a long sword from somewhere. Brat, go to hell! It was a clean sword strike that contained all of ascetic practice's aura. Qin Fen transformed into a black shadow and disappeared in midair. When he reappeared, Wu Kuxing's expression changed drastically. He didn't even have time to turn around before he was surrounded by surging blade chi. Rumble! With a loud bang, ascetic monk turned into flesh and blood and scattered. Even at the moment of his death, he couldn't believe it. He had just broken through to the 4th level Saint King realm not long ago, so how could he be instantly killed by a kid like Qin Feng? To Wu Kuxing, this was an inconceivable thing, but to Qin Feng, it was not worth mentioning. When he had stepped into the 4th level of the Saint King realm, he had been able to easily kill experts of the same level, let alone now that he had surpassed the ascetic practice realm. The loud noises continued. Wu Zun also broke free from the restraints of the lightning. However, he landed on the empty ground in the distance, and looked at the scene in front of him in shock. I Kuxing was a 4th stage Saint King after all. How could I be instantly killed by this brat? Stinking brat, you dare to kill a disciple of my Breaking Hung Mountain? Today will be the day you die. Wu Zun quickly came back to his senses. That old face of his was so cold that water was about to drip out. Qin Feng did not dare to show the slightest neglect in the face of such a powerful revered one. This was the first time he had fought against a 7th realm Saint King expert, and he could not even figure out his opponent's strength. Rumble! The Wu Zun suddenly made his move. His speed was extremely fast, and everywhere he passed by, the sound of explosions rang out in the air. Just as Qin Feng raised his eyebrows, he felt a sharp pain in his abdomen as he was sent flying by a punch. Rumble! When he landed on the ground, a huge pit was formed. The power of Wu Zun's punch could be seen clearly. Brat, you dare to behave atrociously with just this bit of ability? You really don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Wu Zun followed like a shadow, standing on the flat ground with a cold and arrogant expression. The vigilance in his heart lessened a little. Qin Feng really did have the strength of a fifth-level Saint King. He did not know where this brat got the courage to follow him. Qin Feng exclaimed in his heart. It was not that Wu Zun was very powerful. It was just that the two of them were 2 levels apart. This caused Wu Zun to surpass Qin Feng in both speed and strength. This was especially so in terms of speed. Wu Zun's reaction was too fast. Qin Feng did not even have to think about fighting back. Even dodging his opponent's attack was a little strenuous. Rumble! Just as Wu Zun's voice fell, the ground exploded again. Qin Feng leaped into the air and swung his saber down. Thunder roared again. Wu Zun seemed to have seen through this move. It was just a facade. This time, he did not even bother dodging. Brat, since you are using a saber, I will use a sword to defeat you. As he spoke, Wu Zun appeared in front of Qin Feng. He pointed in the air and 3 flying swords flew out from his sleeves. The long swords pierced through the clouds like 3 flying arrows, heading straight for Qin Feng. It was Qin Feng's first time meeting an expert who could control 3 flying swords at the same time. Clang! Qin Feng activated his thoughts and took out his flying sword. The starry sky flying sword blocked one of the flying swords. At the same time, Qin Feng swung his saber down, and the second flying sword fell to the ground. But before Qin Feng could make another move, the third flying sword grazed his arm, causing a mist of blood to appear. Swoosh! The exchange only lasted for an instant. Before Qin Feng could completely stabilize his body, Wu Zun actually controlled the flying swords to launch a second wave of fierce attacks. The 3 long swords seemed to have a life of their own as they followed closely behind Qin Feng. And Wu Zun controlled the 3 flying swords at the same time effortlessly. He even held a short sword in his hand and occasionally swung it down. Loud noises reverberated in the sky. Qin Feng had already stopped attacking. At this moment, just dodging the attacks of the 3 flying swords was already extremely strenuous. Humph! This is the consequence of offending my broken hung mountain. Brat, don't run anymore. Just die! After chasing for a while, Wu Zun's patience ran out. He suddenly stopped his pursuit and pointed at the void once again. Another 2 flying swords shot out from his sleeves. In just a few breaths' time, they formed a formation of 5 swords. It's actually a sword formation. Looks like this Broken Hung Mountain is a sect that specializes in sword techniques. As a formation master, Qin Feng quickly saw through the profoundness of the 5 flying swords. Actually, back when he was in the secular world of Huaxia, Qin Feng had already seen the Shaolin 18 Bronze Men formation and the Huashan sect 13 sword formation. Later on, in the inner hidden sects and the Divine Land, situations where formations were set up for battles were more common. But those formations required the cooperation of many people. This was the first time Qin Feng had met an expert who set up a sword formation to attack. The 5 flying swords had already distanced themselves from each other, and surrounded Qin Feng from all 4 directions. There was also a flying sword hovering above Qin Feng's head as if it was hibernating, looking for a chance to kill him in one strike. If an ordinary person were to encounter this 5 elements sword formation, even a 7th-level Holy King expert would have nowhere to hide. But Qin Feng was a formation master. He had already seen through the flaws of this sword formation. Heh! This sword formation of yours is too crude. It's wishful thinking if you want to kill me. Qin Feng, who had been escaping, suddenly stopped in midair. He saw the 5 flying swords shooting towards him like 5 meteors. Wu Zun was stunned for a moment. He didn't understand what Qin Feng was thinking. If someone said that this young brat could break his sword formation, he wouldn't believe it even if he was beaten to death. Qin Feng didn't care about Wu Zun's expression at all. He was rapidly forming hand seals into the spirit stones. In just a few breaths' time, more than 10 spirit stones were thrown out by him. At the same time, dozens of formation flags were thrown out. Buzz! Suddenly, a strange energy fluctuation was emitted from Qin Feng's body. The scattered spirit stones and formation flags didn't fall to the ground. Instead, they floated around Qin Feng and formed a strange formation. Just as the defensive formation was set up, the flying swords had already landed in front of Qin Feng. But the 5 flying swords stopped 1 meter away from Qin Feng, as if they were blocked by something invisible. The 5 flying swords trembled and let out ear-piercing sword cries. Qin Feng's hands didn't stop and he suddenly slapped his palm above his head. Rumble! A ball of purple flame rose into the sky. It was even more dazzling than the sun. The pink flying sword that was floating above Qin Feng's head instantly turned into ashes and disappeared. The 4 flying swords that were floating around him also suddenly fell to the ground. Wu Zun was stunned on the spot. His eyeballs dropped to the ground. But what he was shocked about was not his flying swords that were burned into ashes, nor was it that Qin Feng broke his sword formation. Although that ball of purple flame disappeared in a flash, it still couldn't escape Wu Zun's eyes. After being stunned for a moment, he shouted absent-mindedly, "It's the purple spectral flame? You actually have the purple spectral flame, which is ranked 5th? Ever since he realized how powerful the purple spectral flame was during the elixir gatherings test, Qin Feng almost never used this flame easily. Just now, he was forced to use the purple spectral flame to break Wu Zun's sword formation. And the speed at which Qin Feng used the purple spectral flame was extremely fast. But he didn't think that Wu Zun would still notice it. But he didn't care too much about it. Because in his eyes, Wu Zun was already a dead man. Ha! I really didn't think that I would be able to come across a plaything like the heavenly flame. Moreover, it's the heavenly flame that is ranked 5th. Brat, seeing that you gave me such a big gift, I will let you die very happily." After seeing the purple spectral flame, Wu Zun seemed to have gone mad. His face was filled with arrogant laughter. His laughter suddenly stopped. He pointed both of his hands towards the sky. The 4 flying swords that had fallen to the ground soared into the sky and turned into countless sword shadows. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Wind broke in all directions. The thousands of sword shadows were indistinguishable, but they were all incomparably swift and fierce. The defensive formation around Qin Feng was instantly destroyed, and countless cuts appeared on his body. Ha ha! This is Broken Hung Mountain's ultimate skill, Shadowless Sword. I want to see how many breaths you can take. Wu Zun's laughter echoed in the surroundings. Qin Feng didn't even have the time to care about him. The 4 flying swords each brought along hundreds of sword rays. When these sword rays gathered together, they formed a sword net that was as dense as silk. Not to mention a person standing inside, even a fly wouldn't be able to fly out. Chapter 1582. Rumble. Qin Feng didn't even think and immediately slashed down. The first form of the mixed elements 7 blades, Cloud Slash, was activated. Hundreds of blades shot out from Qin Feng's body and interweaved like clouds. Blade light and sword shadows collided. The sky rumbled loudly and it looked like the sky was going to explode. But after a few breaths, the power of the Cloud Slash was completely dispersed. Although this slash was very exquisite, Qin Feng's realm was not Mai Zun's match. He didn't gain any advantage when facing it head-on. Bang bang bang. Dozens of blade chi landed on Qin Feng's body, and he spat out a few mouthfuls of blood in midair. Mai Zun didn't show any mercy. He pointed with 2 fingers and the sword shadows that had mostly dissipated surged forward again. Rumble. Qin Feng's body hadn't completely stabilized, and he forcefully slashed down again. Suddenly, the weather changed. The originally scorching sun was shrouded by the wind and clouds. The scorching temperature dropped below zero and a violent snowstorm enveloped Qin Feng's body. The wind and snow howled and even covered the ear-piercing sword cries. Once the third form of the mixed elements' 7 blades, frozen heaven, was unleashed, countless layers of ice covered Qin Feng's body and blocked the flying swords. The sky full of blade qi was already blocked by the wind and snow, and was hard to see with the naked eye. Mai Zun didn't care. He didn't even use his eyes to see and used his telekinesis to control the sword formation's attacks. Faint cracking sounds could be heard. Because of the howling of the wind and snow, the cracking sounds were very inconspicuous. But Qin Feng's expression changed. He saw that the layers of ice around him were quickly disappearing and couldn't even keep up with the speed of regeneration. The wind and snow weakened and the sky full of blade qi became clear again and appeared around Qin Feng's body. Another wave of collision, and this time, Qin Feng fell to the ground. But the blade qi didn't stop and continued to descend from the sky. Bang, bang, bang. The violent collision sounds exploded on the flat ground. A huge golden shield appeared above Qin Feng's head. The shield shone with golden light and was as dazzling as the sun. The sword-like attacks landed on the golden shield, causing it to shake from the impact. Qin Feng gasped for breath and hurriedly threw a bunch of healing pills into his mouth. The chaotic aura in his body quickly stabilized and the countless sword wounds on his body healed at a speed visible to the naked eye. Bang, bang! But at this moment, an even louder muffled sound came from the golden shield. Qin Feng raised his head and scanned his surroundings. There were some fine cracks on the golden shield. If this continued, the golden shield would probably shatter. Brat Qin Feng, you coward! Come out and accept your death. What kind of man are you if you hide behind a turtle shell? Wu Zun roared. Controlling 4 flying swords consumed a lot of his stamina and psyche power. Qin Feng was infuriated and suddenly leaped away. Old fart, do you really think I'm afraid of you? I'll let you see my true strength. He leapt into the air and stopped a dozen meters away from Wu Zun. Wu Zun's eyes were filled with a cold smile. Just now, he was merely trying to provoke Qin Feng, but he never thought that this brat would really jump out. Indeed, he was still young and full of vigor. The flying swords swept over, and thousands of sword rays converged to form a long dragon that soared into the sky. Qin Feng, however, did not dodge. Seeing that the sword light had appeared beneath his feet, he suddenly sent a palm strike towards Wu Zun. Crackle! The sound of thunder was several times more intense than when Qin Feng used the thunder burst saber technique. A large black net suddenly appeared in the sky. That black net was as dense as spider silk, and lightning was leaping on it. The moment Star Sage, 1,000 Threads lightning net appeared, tens of black lightning bolts struck down from above Qin Feng's head. The instant those sword rays rushed into the sea of lightning, they turned into smoke and dissipated. The 4 flying swords revealed their original forms and shot towards Qin Feng from 4 different directions. Qin Feng's large blade descended, and the flying swords fell onto the ground one by one. Rumble! The sound of thunder became more and more intense. All of this happened in the blink of an eye. When Wu Zun regained his senses, his old eyes were wide open, and he was completely unable to believe the reality before his eyes. However, he had no choice but to believe it because that terrifying 1,000 Threads lightning net was already flying towards him, and it was about to bind him within. This lightning net was as dense as spider silk, and there was even lightning flowing on it. Even Wu Zun did not dare to touch it easily. Brat, you sure have a lot of treasures on you, but do you think that I don't have any trump cards? Ha ha, go and die for me! Wu Zun's wild laughter reverberated through the sky, but Qin Feng could no longer see this person's figure. Qin Feng immediately purchased a talisman of clairvoyance from the system, but he still could not find Wu Zun. He even thought that Wu Zun had used an invisibility talisman, or a concealment formation to hide. However, Qin Feng was a formation master, and he knew that there were no fluctuations of energy from any formation nearby. Furthermore, Qin Feng did not know if Wu Zun had used an escape talisman or an escape technique to escape, because even though he could not see Wu Zun's figure in the surroundings, he could feel the existence of his aura. Furthermore, from Wu Zun's wild laughter and words, it could be seen that he had no intention of leaving. Wu Zun disappeared just like that, and this caused Qin Feng to be very vigilant. He could feel an aura of death rapidly approaching him, but he could not even see a shadow around him. Rip! The sound of skin being pierced rang out. Qin Feng felt a piercing pain on his back, and a bloody wound appeared on the back of his shoulder. Swoosh! Qin Feng hurriedly stepped on the golden wheel and flew away. However, that dangerous aura followed him like a shadow, and it continued to surround his body. After flying for a short while, Qin Feng felt another pain on his back, and a mist of blood sprayed out. Little pig, what's going on? Qin Feng's brows furrowed tightly. He realized that Wu Zun was much more powerful than he had imagined. Even though Qin Feng now had Star Saint Thousand Silk Lightning Net, he could not even determine Wu Zun's position, so he could not launch an attack. Little Pig's voice was a bit anxious. Master, this is that old man's sword skill. He is nearby, but his speed is too fast, and he has concealed both him and his sword. Qin Feng was shocked. How fast did one have to be able to avoid his detection? However, Qin Feng recalled that Wu Zun had mentioned that the sword skill was called Shadowless Sword, and it seemed that it really matched the name of this sword skill. One with the sword, coming and going without a shadow. Qin Feng became interested in the Shadowless Sword skill. Ever since he obtained the Creation of Heaven and Earth Arts Creation chapter, his comprehension ability was extraordinary. It was as if he had a pair of Sharingan, and as long as it was a move he had seen before, he could remember it in his mind, and he could even suddenly comprehend it when he wasn't paying attention. Qin Feng had comprehended the first 4 moves of Hunyuan Sex Hunyuan 7 Blades, and he had also touched the threshold of the 5th move, Collapsing Thunder. Also, Equal Heaven Sex Ultimate Sword Skill, Thousand Silk Slash, Qin Feng had recently studied it, and he had already mastered it. The sword skill used by this Broken Hang Mountain's great elder, Wu Zun, was also very impressive. In other words, the cultivation methods and martial skills of the Divine Supreme Continent were all extraordinary, and they were of a much higher level than those of China's secular world and the Divine Land. After having the idea of secretly learning the Shadowless Sword skill, Qin Feng started to circulate the Creation chapter's incantation. An indescribable thought of stopping and running away rose in his mind. Although Qin Feng was very confused, he still followed the thought in his mind and stopped at an empty space. Dear reader, you can search for Blue Book Bar, and you will be able to find this place immediately. Chapter 1583. Humph! You are seeking death! Seeing that Qin Feng had suddenly stopped, the Wu Zun's eyes flashed with a hint of surprise, but he quickly sneered. Qin Feng still couldn't see where the Wu Zun was, but he could feel the aura of death rapidly approaching. The sword light was shadowless, but it didn't completely disappear. When the sword light got closer, Qin Feng saw a few flashes of light that were so fast that it made him speechless. Bang, bang, bang! The sound of metal clashing could be heard. Qin Feng had already put on the Golden Rock Sovereign armor. The sword chi collided with the spiritual armor, creating loud noises. Although it didn't kill him, the violent airflow made him feel uncomfortable. However, Qin Feng still stood where he was, with no intention of dodging. Ever since he started circulating the creation scripture, a thought in his mind became very intense. It was as if there was a voice telling him to stand still and to close his eyes to feel the sword chi attack. Qin Feng listened to the voice in his heart, and allowed the sword chi to hit his golden armor. Even when he puked out a few mouthfuls of blood, he didn't care. He tried his best to calm himself down, and slowly closed his eyes. His surroundings turned dark. Qin Feng seemed to have left the battlefield and entered another world. The sound of swords slowly appeared in his ears and the sound became clearer. A few flashes of sword light also appeared in the darkness around him. The white light became denser and more turbulent. Bang, bang, bang! Qin Fen's golden armor welcomed a new wave of attacks, and that bright golden glow started to dim. Hundreds of sword marks appeared on the surface of the golden armor, and Qin Fen had already puked out a large pool of blood. From his pale face, it seemed like he wouldn't be able to hold on for much longer. The Wu Zun's voice rang out, and he couldn't stop laughing. He increased the intensity of his attacks, and the sword chi came down like raindrops. However, at this moment, Qin Fen, who had been standing still, suddenly moved. His movements were extremely slow, as if he was an old man or an old woman practicing her sword in the park. Shwa! With this simple step, Qin Fen dodged half of the sword chi attack. However, the other half of the sword chi landed on his body, creating an earth-shattering sound. Qin Fen puked out another 2 mouthfuls of blood, but he didn't care at all. He moved again, and his speed was much faster than before. Shwa! Qin Fen's eyes were closed, and he was already walking back and forth on the empty ground. No one knew what he was doing. It felt like he was taking a stroll in the park. Wu Zun, who was hiding in the dark, had a puzzled look on his face. However, it quickly turned into an expression of shock. He finally realized that something was amiss. Qin Feng's every step was not random. As he moved, he actually dodged most of the sword chi attacks. Qin Feng's speed was still increasing, and a few afterimages had already appeared. The attacks of the sword rays did not weaken, but more and more sword rays fell to the ground. In the end, almost none of the sword rays could hit Qin Fen. In the world of martial arts, speed is the only thing that can't be defeated. It's so fast that it becomes a shadow, and one with the sword. The shadowless sword of your broken cliff mountain is quite interesting. Qin Feng muttered to himself as he walked. When these words fell into Wu Zun's ears, he was so shocked that his eyeballs almost fell to the ground. Brat, how do you know the shadowless sword's mantra? Where did you steal it from? Wu Zun's voice was filled with rage, to the point where even the sword techniques in his hands were becoming messy. Qin Feng didn't need to open his eyes, he just walked with them closed. What a funny question. Today is the first time I've seen the shadowless sword, so of course I learned it from you, Qin Feng said with a smile. How could Wu Zun believe him? The shadowless sword was the highest sword technique in Broken Cliff Mountain, and only those who reached the level of the Great Elder could learn it. Wu Zun learned the shadowless sword, so he was very clear about the profoundness and intricacies of this sword technique. Don't think that he could execute it with ease, but this was an effect that he only managed to achieve after studying it for tens of years. Therefore, Wu Zun did not believe that Qin Feng learned it on the spot. How could he comprehend the secrets of the shadowless sword in a short 10 minutes? However, Wu Zun did not understand. The shadowless sword was the treasure of Broken Cliff Mountain, and this kind of supreme martial technique would definitely not be passed on to outsiders. Where did Qin Feng learn it from? In Qin Feng's line of sight, there was already an additional figure, and it was Wu Zun. When he saw Wu Zun's blank and depressed expression, Qin Feng laughed in his heart. Of course, he understood Wu Zun's current feelings. If it wasn't for the fact that he accidentally obtained the creation chapter from the ancient martial relics in Wu Zun Mountain, Qin Feng did not believe that anyone could comprehend a profound sword technique in a short 10 minutes. Since you don't believe me, then I won't waste my breath. Shwa! The moment Qin Feng finished speaking, the golden phoenix in his hand swept up a gust of wind. Suddenly, the saber radiance filled the sky. This was originally a sword technique, but now, Qin Feng had used it as a shadowless blade. However, the saber chi was very sharp and it was not any weaker than the sword light. Loud noises rang out continuously in the void. The violent air currents caused Wu Zun, who was still in a daze, to be sent flying to the ground. Rumble! There was a huge pit under Wu Zun's body. He didn't even care about the pain on his body and the shock of being injured. He recalled Qin Feng's strike, and his eyes were filled with shock. Not only did Qin Feng comprehend the secrets of the shadowless sword, but he also created the shadowless blade. His comprehension ability was far above his. Not bad, not bad. This sword skill is even more powerful when used on sabers. Should your breaking Hung Mountain consider switching weapons? You can practice with sabers in the future. Qin Feng touched the back of the golden phoenix saber in his hand and felt very happy. Now that the Supreme One had used all of his trump cards, he was still unable to do anything to Qin Feng. Now, it was time for him to be abused. Wu Zun was so angry that he was gnashing his teeth. The cultivation techniques and martial skills of a sect were all passed down from generation to generation, so how could they be changed so easily? This was simply an insult to Broken Hang Mountain. Brat, don't be happy too early. So what if you have comprehended the Shadowless Blade? Your realm is too low, so you will die sooner or later. Wu Zun calmed down very quickly. Thinking that Qin Feng was only a Saint King level 5, he finally had some confidence. Qin Feng sneered and didn't explain anything. He leaped into the air and slashed down with his saber. Rumble! The Shadowless Blade art slashed out again. This slash was somewhat similar to the primeval Chaos 7 Blade's first style, Cloud Slash. However, the Shadowless Blade was a little more profound. Because the speed of the saber chi was extremely fast, it even created afterimages, making people unable to see it clearly. The might of the saber chi also increased greatly. Not only could it catch the enemy off guard, it could also heavily injure the enemy. Rumble! A huge pit was blasted open at the place where Wu Zun was previously standing. He waved the long sword in his hand when he was in the air. The Shadowless Blade was activated again, and Wu Zun disappeared. However, Qin Feng suddenly chased in a direction and slashed out multiple times, forcing Wu Zun to land on the ground. Stinking brat, this old man will not rest until one of us is dead. After the Shadowless Blade was broken, Wu Zun was no longer a threat to Qin Feng. He was the dignified Great Elder of Broken Hung Mountain, a 7th-level Saint King expert. However, he was beaten into a sorry state by a little brat who was only in his 20s. This was worse than killing him. Sword chi suddenly surged. It was obvious that Wu Zun was using all his strength. Although Qin Feng was also able to grasp Wu Zun's position and the direction of the sword chi, it was extremely strenuous for him to dodge. The sword chi became faster and faster, and it was as dense as silk. Qin Feng was already somewhat unable to hold on any longer. He didn't even have the space to attack. Seeing that countless sword chi was about to envelop him, Qin Feng slapped his hand, and the black net that was flickering with lightning spread across the sky. Crackle! Thunder boomed, scaring Wu Zun so much that he hurriedly retreated. Qin Feng immediately seized the opportunity to counterattack. With a wave of his hand, he slashed out dozens of times. Sword chi filled the air, and the sound of wind breaking rose and fell ceaselessly. Wu Zun dodged the 1,000 threads lightning net, while blocking the attack of the sword chi at the same time. This feeling was very strenuous for him. Ever since he stepped into the 7th-level Saint King realm, he had relied on the profound and exquisite Shadowless sword to kill countless experts. He had even killed the 8th-level Saint King expert. Even if he was beaten to death, he would never have thought that he would die in the hands of a mere 5th-level Saint King brat today. Rumble! Just as he was feeling gloomy, several sword chi exploded around him. The violent aura surged in all directions, instantly sending Wu Zun flying to the ground. At the same time, Qin Feng immediately activated the 1,000 threads lightning net. The lightning net suddenly expanded. It was as if a heavenly net had landed on the ground, covering an area of several hundred square meters. Lightning crashed down, blasting the ground into ruins. Wu Zun was in the sea of lightning. His body was surrounded by black lightning, and his face was hideous as he screamed in pain. In the end, he exploded into flesh and blood. Qin Feng sat on the ground and heaved a long sigh of relief. In this battle, he had jumped 2 levels to kill Wu Zun. It could be said that he had almost exhausted all his energy and stamina. Moreover, Qin Feng realized that Wu Zun was not an ordinary 7th-level Saint King. Under the power of the Shadowless sword, he had reached the strength of an 8th-level Saint King. The thunder boomed for a long time. Qin Feng swallowed some pills, rested for a while, and prepared to return. Before he left, he put away the 1,000 threads lightning net and his storage ring. Then, he took Wu Zun's storage ring. When he opened the storage ring and looked inside, Qin Feng was extremely excited. As expected of a 7th level Saint King, there were 10 million high-grade spirit stones in the storage ring alone. There were also quite a few purple and pink-grade spirit weapons. There were even level 4 and level 5 spirit herbs. Qin Feng put Wu Zun's storage ring into his own storage ring. Then, he picked up the 4 flying swords on the ground and left quickly. Wu Zun was the great elder of Broken Hing Mountain. Qin Feng believed that there must be some kind of mark on him. When he died, the people of Broken Hing Mountain would be able to sense it. Broken Hing Mountain was a 4-star sect in the northern Sand region. There was at least a Buddha's Light Realm powerhouse in charge. Qin Feng was not afraid of Saint King Realm powerhouses now, but if a Buddha's Light Realm powerhouse came, he would not even be able to escape. Sure enough, not long after Qin Feng left, 2 old men in black robes arrived at the place where the battle took place. The auras of these 2 people were incomparably strong. Their realms were much higher than Wu Zun's. When they walked around the battlefield, they did not find Wu Zun's corpse. They did not see anyone else either. Instantly, their expressions became incomparably angry. "Good fella, you actually dared to destroy the corpse," one of the old men cursed. The other man's expression was also extremely cold. He gritted his teeth and said, "You dared to kill the great elder of my Broken Hung Mountain. No matter who you are, Broken Hung Mountain will find you and make you wish you were dead." The 2 of them cursed for a while before they calmed down. The old man who spoke first said, "This time, little elder Wu Ku Xing and 3 core disciples came out with Wu Zun. Since Wu Zun was killed, those 4 people must have also been killed. This matter is of great importance. Let's first return to the sect and report to the sect master. We will listen to his orders." You're tuning into the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.